Too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Wow. We all got a thing. A thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment. At any scale. It's not for everyone. But if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground.
What is going on, everybody? The wait is finally over. We are here for the week 1 Valorant action here on ECAC Esports. And who better than two party animals to take you through it? I'm Catnator3K, and that's Monkey King. What's going on, my man?
Oh man, the king, the Goku, if you will, of the jungle. I'm Hail Monkey Man, and Cat, it's been so long since we got to hang out together. And of course, it's time to kick off the collegiate season. We get into the fall semester. These guys are getting onto the maps and of course, onto just some great gaming. So, I'm excited to be here in the booth and to just kick off, what is going to be some great esports tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got ourselves the Cybears. We've got John Gay College. Both of these teams having playoffs runs into last season. See them in week 1, always so very exciting. The Cybears playing around in several other collegiate events as well. So we know these guys are packing. We know they've got punches to carry out throughout the night, and we'll see where those punches come through. We've got ourselves 3 different avenues to come through tonight. It's a best of 3 every single week here in this 8-week season. So let's kick it off with this map pick and ban.
Hey, so as we get over there, make sure that you understand there's some strategy for some our maps that get into these pick rounds. We did have a couple of bans, Fractured Pearl. People are still afraid of change.
Shocker,
and that
shocker.
is just I don't understand. Pearl is so good. It was shown throughout Champions, but you know what? We're going to get chilly. Instead of having Bind and Ascent, we get Icebox, and that was picked by the Cybears, and defense is going to be the name of the game for John Jay going to map number 1 here. And this is going to require a bit of intellect as well as intelligence. We're probably going to see a whole bunch when it comes to those initiators, maybe looking for some extra intel as we move around that map. It's a bit of a puzzle box, if you will. And then John Jay, they flipped it right around, hit Ascent. NYIT says, I want to stay on attack. What do you think about that? Saying attack twice in a row.
Hey man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and we'll see if it's broken or not.
True.
It's more comfortable. I don't know. I usually feel like we see teams go defense first, especially when we look at like academic play, like collegiate play. I think it's easier to play defense, especially earlier in the season, because you don't have to worry about like running your execute. I mean, defense really, the utility is a lot easier to combine together. I mean, I guess when you get to the retake, but as long as like you can keep players coming into your crosshair, you keep consistent utility, it's a lot easier of a side to play. I think just naturally. It's naturally when you look at a game like this. So usually almost always see teams picking defense. So it is interesting to see a team want the attack. But what does that tell me? That tells me this team has been theory crafting the attack and has some executes to show us. Because they feel like they're going to be able to get that lead earlier on their attacking half. So that's something to look out for and a very interesting point to bring up.
I mean, it's one of those that you have these squads that want to be a little bit more aggressive. They have a design. They want to be able to get onto site. They want to bring it in. And I like those squads because they have a little bit of attitude to them. If there's anything about this game, it's about being smart, but also being able to just overwhelm your opponent by a puzzle by design. We're going to go to the agent pick rate, and we're going to see exactly what we're going to be dating with as our first map will be Icebox. I mean, we're going to probably see one of our highest pick rates into Chamber, but for right now, that's not what we're floating with on these early picks.
Yeah, so this map's been really interesting, I think at the highest level of play, because we've looked at no flashes pretty consistently. And it's made retake very difficult. Flashing Aid has been replaced for a secondary Sentinel, which has been a Sage. So College brings a lot more options. On a map like Icebox, colleges are looking to frag out. They're looking to get one player who's going to be consistent. Like, we look at a college roster, we're typically looking at a couple of Immortals, maybe 1 or 2 lower rank players sprinkled in there as well. So you've got one player who's going to be consistently that mechanical demon, that fragger. And on a map like Icebox, you're really going to see that player come out. So I wouldn't be shocked if we get actual flashes coming into this one, just so that player can get their way into sight. We already start to see that. We've got the KO coming in here for Sin on the side of NYIT. We've got to look at that Neon doesn't get locked. I'll say it now. There's no way that Neon gets locked on Icebox. I mean, you can run as fast as you want. I don't know about it. The Phoenix, I think you can slide. I think you get additional Viper Wall to play for your defense. Doesn't last nearly as long for sure, but it is options there if they want to run it. There we go. There's a change to comp. A lot more comfortable. Interested in the KO. I think it still carries results outside of what is traditionally that Silva Bolt. You get the value of the 0 point instead. It's still pretty dang valuable. So I like how we're looking on the side of the Cybears.
See, I was kind of hoping to see a little bit of that flex, a little bit of that attitude onto that Neon, because we got to see, I mean, I've seen a lot of Apex players as well as a lot of maybe Titanfall players that they know how to kind of utilize that movement, that slide movement, to be able to hop, step, and jump, especially between the boxes whenever you go to site A. It brings a little bit of a versatility with the velocity that is brought. But instead, we're going to get the double initiator concept, at least working on the side of NYIT. The Cybears will rock that KO and that fade, which makes for a little bit more, I guess, retake control and capability. Same to be said with a kind of 1.5 Sentinel over into that Viper, who has just so much control, especially when they have a fantastic pair of maybe Oppers if they bring them out into both that chamber as well as the Jet. So I'd say there's maybe a little bit more burst when it comes to John Jay College, but I'd say that there's you have a couple of working variables between each other. I want to see how that KO really just controls the map, especially because that's such a great neutralizer when it comes to all over chamber play.
Yeah, absolutely. Burst in the John Jay side in terms of the Sky and the Rays, but also significant map control for the defensive in terms of this double controller setup. It's been a long time since double controller. When we initially got what was that big icebox change, which made the entire B side different, blah blah blah. You know by now if you're watching Valorant. We kind of saw Viper fall out the window, and Omen started to come out, Brim started to come out, and this was the look when that meta had first started to develop. But since then, we're back to Viper. This is kind of this is safe, so it's interesting to see look at double controller instead. See how it plays out. I mean, college leaves that sandbox option, man, lets you play so different, and as long as you've theory crafted with the gang, it can work out. So I'm interested.
So this is going to be coming up mid, going over into A. They're going to try and send the little boombox and maybe bring out the beat on the street. This one's going to be direct connection between Panda and company into Kitchen. They're trying to fake him out with a little bit of a ghost shot. They will take out to the trademark at the corner, and so Darius will start to creep along, but you do get the guy in light that's going to render a quick kill. They're going to be able to get some HP taken down, but that's a nice takeaway. Zeus hits the floor, and it's going to be back to Olympus. Oh, and a teleport is going to force the chamber out of mid.
Yeah, early mid contact. That frag not going the way NYIT's kind of stalled the push in its entirety. There's been no effort to default anywhere else either. So they've got a trademark down. They've forced at least the chamber of John Jay to stay on guard here, Kitchen. But a lot more work still to be done. We'll see it now.
The right corner, going to step away. This is all about timing. You do have Darius that doesn't really have a whole lot when it comes to that. Oh my, but swing by Sin is able to make sure that they take him down. And everyone from the attack, Panda grabs two. They're going to make for the quick plant, and this will be a 4-on-2. They will be able to have better control, numbers advantage here, and Roman and company on Madman playing from the gap in the back. This is going to be pretty difficult. You can be able to put some dark cover down, maybe play for that long angle, but on a pistol round, they don't really have the armory, the numbers. In fact, they're about to get sighted out. This is all about distant play, but they do take down two. It's only a 2v2.
Yeah, no util use, just wide swing, so that's two for free. They're gonna slide all the way towards sight. Since picked up one on the Roman. Madman's got it all to do. Right click for one. Secondary look on the Jet. Shots coming through. The rack and forth, 35 HP, and a secondary right click for Madman. Lead to a 3K. The Omen's got it done. True to his name, the defuse will come through as well. It's a 1-0 scoreline for John Jay College.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Monkey, it's a numbers game, and you know, sometimes you just have to do a little bit of subtraction. They subtracted them 2 at a time, and that last one, good right click to be able to just get around that corner and make it just wonderful. So we go into first round play, and I mean, seeing a little bit of the difference when it comes to as well as Viper Wall. I like to play Viper in this map. You were talking about the change up when it came to kind of working it back and forth, and like how she kind of fell out of meta, then brought back in. I remember just before Yellow turned turned vertical, how it was sideways, and you'd always see him planting back a snowman for the lineup. So it's interesting to see how the defense also kind of tries to repel and defend against this one coming forward.
Yeah, the Viper's just a staple of the map. So good. No one better. And this toxic screen that's come through to A instead has made A much less of what was that push through sight. You'll see it start to get pushed through now, but that wall has stalled off. Sin's able to grab one look through, but Roman isolates that fight so well off of that utility. It's completely negated the push earlier for this eco team. They're working with scraps now into mid. Couldn't get the access up to 2. Nice pick for them at least to start on A.
I do like this. Nice. Just totality. Okay. They make that quick shift. They're going to be able to get that ult point. They're going to rotate right around. They are playing with minimalism, but they're able to make it work. Now, thing is, they've already shown from the side of John Jay that they can play with a numbers disadvantage. Of course, they can play even better with that now that everyone has at least a Spectre in hand. You're going to have 0-point knife deny the would-be snake bite, but they are going to spray down, try to be able to get it through the talk screen. And we'll stay up for the time being, and they're just trying to see what spam they can get through over to Yellow.
Yeah, you mentioned this when we got out that Agents, like that KO has so much ability for suppression. There's no anti-plan here. The plant's gone down. It's giving them a chance at this round. As
they kind of start to creep up, you have all weapons in hands. Ong trying to be able to get a nice touch. They actually find one. They find two as Madman is able to get rid of Prime, and now this is all about just sticking it. Pros don't fake, but they do stand up, and they do shake him down. Madman is able to just last through, gets rid of Zeus. So the first two, a little bit more traditional, but it was still pretty precarious for the side of John Jay. But they get the work done. The Bloodhounds start up 2-0.
Yeah, get the work done. You have to give respect, though, to that eco effort. I mean, they get down towards A, can't really get that push through since able to pick up one, which is nice to grab a gun down early. Makes his bonus just a little bit weaker. And then a plant down. I mean, that's all I really want on the eco, right? They got their plant. They got a little squeeze. They got 2 frags. And now they get a chance to play for what should be a pretty easy anti-bonus for them. You just want to keep guns up here into this round. Rebuy not going to come through if they don't keep guns alive. So this is going to probably look like a quick contact towards A. Should be one they take easily with that weapon advantage.
And what's interesting, too, that did happen during that eco, they have been prioritizing getting that null command online, and that, in fact, is available if they want to be able to press onto site. And so they will have that as an available option. Exciser, I do not know how to say that name. Exciser.
Yeah, Exciser.
No, we'll just go with that one. They're gonna make me say their name a bunch of times if they're gonna be making plays from the top level here. But we do have the fragment that's meant to go through as soon as they can get rid of that corner. No camping to happen, but no one is there in the first place. Everyone's kind of playing backside. This looks like they've set up for the retake in the first place.
Yeah, I like that call too. They recognize the fact they've got limited utility. They want players to be as close as possible to them with these Spectres. And look how close they've gotten already.
Trying to be able to hop up. Top level, you do have the plan down, but that's a nice takeaway as they do get the null command out, so they can make this very difficult, but trades are coming right around. Axorus able to get 1, get 2, get 3, and that is everyone down already. 3-0 for John Jay. The Bloodhounds coming out fat and strong. So, I mean, they played kind of with a little bit of repel. They just kind of stepped back, waited for the plant to go down, and played it close to the vest, and they have a ton of upgrades now to be able to get these rifles.
Yeah, free cash in the pockets in terms of those rifles. Get to walk out of this one in what is a gun round for them and what is 4 picked up rifles. So very, very nice. These are the incredible economic advantage going forward into this one. And really, NYIT just kind of play themselves in that round. They get the A site, but do they really get the A site? They come through. No one clears anything before the plant actually goes down. So by the time that spike's gone down, well, okay, we have to commit to this. We have to post plant this now. And John Jay do a fantastic job of recognizing we have limited utility. We've got lower grade weapons, so we need players close to us. We'll let them get close.
Play a medium distance kind of play with a little bit of default in mind. They do lean into mid, and everyone's starting to parade right up into ramp kitchen. That 0 point does come out and forces Axorus to at least step away, but the trademark is going to find at least 1. He has 2 in front of him. That'll be a trade. Exciser Rare going to have a rifle to pick up, upgrading just away from that Sheriff, but the defense is now flexing into it as Panda has to find Bong as a trade from Zeus, and this is just so back and forth. Everyone limited to their HP. I mean, you got about 5 in the back end. Oh my goodness. Exciser Rare is going to get this plant. Okay, so they're playing with 5 HP in a Dream right now against the couple that took him down earlier in a 2v4.
Hard 1v2 to win here. 5 HP. You need players to walk in your crosshair, at least one early, and well, player will walk in, but it'll be Roman to grab the frag instead. I mean, he just needs to sneeze. And well, he'll clean up the round with a clean X4-0 on the scoreline here. And I do like the effort from Panda coming around in that B main look. And I like the energy from the Cybers as well. To run that 1 up through 2, up through mid. Just play it fast on the eco. Able to find a couple of frags, grab a couple of guns down. But we talked about the fact that those rifle upgrades were for free. So this team's got plenty of money for the rebuy. I mean, hell, they can buy the next 3 rounds. So John Jay absolutely chilling. NYIT going to need this round and a hell of a lot more afterwards. Well, it's close to being online, but you can see that for either side.
And Madman's going to be feeling pretty good. 7-0 right now. He's really leading his squad. He was able to get that nice clutch up in the round number 1 when it was all of a numbers disadvantage for them. And so that's where you're leading up from, especially as they actually have that from the shadows. They could be able to flip this entire icebox on its head, but you do have the Tour de Force getting expended. Panda's looking for anyone long down sight, but they know that's where they're going to try and stop them as well, as they will be guiding light flashed out of there. And this one seems to be at least a creep along the sides to move over to A. They're trying to get back to that ult point. They're trying to make better use of these guns now that we have another full gun round. The Tailwind will be up and online for Exciser Rare. But again, just look at this positioning. I love where they're defending backwards from.
Yeah, absolutely. Have that raise util here for if they do make that push towards generator. Team IT a little bit more aware of this, more cautious. Early contact from Exciser Rare, and from there they'll play slow, trying to get a look from John Jay, but they're so disciplined, man. They just won't give that back of sight peek. It's incredible work from whoever the IGL of this team is. You know they're screaming. They're keeping the leashes on the dogs going forward, and it's really working. So much value here. NYIT uses all this util to get into the site. It's going to be limited util for their actual post plant, and John Jay's had to expend basically nothing.
Just hanging out, having a good time, waiting for it. But it's all, oh, you actually will get paint shells that will chip a bit of damage. Zeus tries to outlast it, and it just doesn't happen. They actually backed up further into the damage because they didn't want to go anywhere towards screens. The spray down's going to be able to get Exisar rares. They stay alive as well, and blown away from the side. Darius is able to take him out with a wall bang. Sign is trying to find their cosign, but it'll just be a tangent into nothing. Panda is on the opposite end of this one, looking for anyone that may be an escape, and they don't even get Madman as soon as they have him in their crosshairs.
This defense is so good. This composition played perfectly thus far. The way they've expended these controllers to find the value util wise to make sure this team has to use util to clear sight because they have all that vision denial going forward. I mean, even that Viper's toxic screen initially going down in towards A, making sure that if NYIT want to push through it, they've got to give flashes. They've got to give that 0 point from Sin to actually move forward past that wall. Then from there, we've got paint shells. We got that paranoia that opens the back of sight. And then we got the 2 sky flashes as well to push the rest of the team forward. And all that util gets to stay chilling because the controllers are doing the work of actually vision denying. So you don't even really need to use the Skydog. You don't need the flashes. You don't need early info peaks because rather than that, NYIT have to use util to move forward. If you use your eardrums and your headphones, you can hear the util and say, okay, they're coming. They're coming, boys. Rotate can come through, and we can make an easy retake. So, phenomenal defensive work so far. This timeout's pretty easy for NYT, to be honest. Hey, guys, I think they know when we throw a util, we're going to hit a site. So, what if we throw a util and then hit the other one? I think that's the easiest switch up.
Yeah, a little bit of a fake out. Also, I need you to, like, run a seminar for all of my ranked gameplay. All the people that won't use their headphones, please and thank you. Like, no one ever turns up the volume. I don't understand. It's weird. You could get so much intel.
No mic.
Just no mic. Not well. You know what? Just like at least put it like next to your dog or your cat, right? Just like let me hear something.
Give me something.
Like, give me something at all.
Let me feel like I'm talking to another player, bro.
But right now, it's not quite bot play, but it is right now. Something that has to work through mid as you do get the Blade Storm up and running for Exisar. They want to be able to find some big picks, and they need to find massive value off of this Blade Storm as well. It's going to be entry. Darius already deletes Prime from the equation. They just become a singular prime number in their own advance. Exisar is going to be hanging out inside of Kitchen, waiting for the call out so they can actually get everyone up in through tube. They want to double swing this, burst onto the scene.
Bro, he walked in the smoke.
Oh, and they were trying to be able to get rid of that trademark. They wanted to smoke it so they could all advance around, and that's going to be 2 already, as Cyan is the only one to be able to get rid of Axorus. So Angus is just waiting at the other end of this tube, and this is really stalled out, especially with all this chip damage, and they just go down.
Yo, can we get a replay? I don't know if we have replay on this prod or not, but bro,
so. Yeah.
that is a mental breaking moment. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's the initial play is right. We talked about the fact that Panda's 2K that came through. What was that? 1v2 for Exisar on what was their eco round came from what was a 2B main split. So the thought is this is the closest we've got to winning around this game. Let's run this back with rifles. Surely we win it. Not the case. If you step through tube, they hear the trademark pretty early. Exisar smokes it. Zeus walks directly into the smoke. Trademark goes off anyway. 2 kills down in Kitchen. Darius absolutely mopping the floor over towards B main, and no looks, no Meggies.
Yeah, you gotta think that call was being made. Hey, don't step in smoke. This is
right.
Taking out the trademark, but it's just not happening. And definitely nothing happening going down long B as they are just quickly finding bodies hitting the floor. 3K doesn't come as the Guardian does pop off, and that is quick. It's easy. That's 30 seconds, and they are down on the floor. 7-0 go the way of John Jay College.
This is tough for NYIT. Nothing is working, quite frankly. They've got some ults to work with. They've got an opening ult with the Nightfall. They've got themselves a Viper's Pit to close up for the post-pun as well. The hardest part for this team has been getting into sites. They've got one look so far this game into a site. They got themselves into a site. They got Spike planted, and they got themselves a look at a round. But it was easy retake for John Jay to shut things down just 4 rounds prior. So we'll see if this ultimate is a difference maker for them. They didn't use an ult command going into the round. They did get to A site. So now having that Nightfall to work with could be a difference maker for them. And hopefully so. They need themselves around. They've lost the last 7.
Even more so, they're definitely continuously laning this mid. And I don't know if we're just trying to condition this into forcing John Jay to flex to mid a little bit more often, maybe get them used to that, because they come to A, then go mid. They go mid. Now they're going over to A. So I like this soft flex because you do have that talk screen and it allows the escape route for Roman to be able to get right out of dodge if they need to, but they're looking down this direct angle. They've gotten great value off of these frags. No one is looking the way they should. The Prowler's going to be able to get, no, just a little bit of blindness, but bullets get even more. They step straight into it, and they are able to stall, again, this advance.
That is cocky from Roman, looking for the second pick as well, and, well, you see why. Backed up all the confidence with shots. Found the second one, too, and that's 2 easy frags. Paint shells just make sure no one's there for any sort of refrag. Yours is going to spot one early towards Maze, and they'll take him out through the smoke. Roman will grab the last on the cross. A 3K for the Rays, and much deserved. Almost held in sight entirely on their own. It's an 8-0 scoreline for John Jay, and, man, a team that is built like titanium. No way through the defensive wall.
With this being NYIT's pick, this is their map, but it was a defensive choice by John Jay. What does that play into your mental? You have to outlast through a best of 3. That's why it's best of 3. But this was NYIT's pick. So how does that play into what John Jay is going to roll with momentum? I
mean, we can directly infer. We know that going into Ascent, this NYI team wanted to play on the attack.
Teleport.
And looking at them not able to get through on the attack right now. So they've got to play this side again next map. And if they want to pick attack, it probably means that they're a better attacking sided team. So keep that in mind as well.
This attack so far has been just a little bit quicker, only because the no command does go out. You get the Nightfall expended, but they don't find really many on the back end of sight. They're trying to be able to move off, and that wall has allowed them to actually escape over back towards spawn side. That paint shell has been just so lethal. A lot of chipping, but we finally get to see from the shadows as Madman's going to go into proximity. Oh, I love where that was. They're already seeing them underneath this area up top. So this one will be a quick bounce. You get a couple of those C4 blast packs are going to have a nice pickup as they do take down side. Darius with Prime, but hanging on to that Viper Pit. Madman's going to go into enemy territory.
It's a spam through coming from Panda to wrap it up. A 3K for the Cypher and our Chamber, excuse me. And on the board going to be NYIT. The Cyphers finally find themselves an answer, and it does come via ultimates. They get themselves a site. The Viper's Pit's enough to secure the post plant. And because of that pit, you don't need extra space. You don't need to clear any of CT. You don't need to get any of rafters. You can hold your teammates onto site instead. They do exactly that. They've got themselves also that deep op look coming through from Panda towards the back of Belt, which is always ever so helpful to make those sight lines a little harder for the retake. Cause a little extra utility utilized. So finally a round picked up. You grab yourself 3 more. Hey, you got it within 4. Pistol gets you within 2. There's a chance.
It was 3 ults to get onto site and to get 1 round. You're able to get a Nightfall, a No Command, and a Viper Pit. I'd almost wanted to see that from the shadows actually just get expended up underneath rafters. Nice tight angle, but the spray goes everywhere but their skull. Darius is able to take it down Zeus. So this one over to B will not even be happening. It was more of just a lurk play as they had flexed around in that direction. Sign is able to find Roman. The updraft puts this one above screens. They're looking for any kind of entry. That was fantastic. Zycerare gets rid of Axorus, and this becomes 4v3. But Madman is still one of the maddest lads and one of the baddest on this entire map as they are playing for retake. They've done it all before. I want to see if they can do it again.
My time can tell for this squad. Stepping forward now. Initial picks haven't come through. That's the first look for Zycerare. He'll back all the way up into this one. So difficult if you want this one for John Jay. They've got to clear so much early work. They'll throw the pit into this one. There's going to be a little bit of lineup potential. Fragment to come through still for the KO. Sin step forward for 1. Infinity going to grab another. Flash straight into danger, and Bangus will fall. A 3K for the KO. A second round for NYIT. Finally, Monkey, they find themselves some answers.
I mean, I'm loving what their post plant has been good. They're really not afraid of contact. I mean, when you lose 8 in a row, I mean, what do you have left to be afraid of, right? You have to just go straight at the lion and fight them in their own den. Uppercut that cat. Look, just tell them, look, I mean, yo, hey.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a comma there.
Yeah, not you. Yeah, comma,
okay.
Cat. Yeah, not you.
I'm scared.
I don't think anyone can take you, though. That'd be a scary fight.
I mean, I see some jack dudes, bro. I don't know. I mean, the John Jay defense for the first 8 rounds could take me easily, I think. Darius takes Panda pretty easy into the start of this round. So that's mid yet again gone. We can discuss that a little bit later into this round. Sin snuck pretty far forward. Should have 2. Okay, it's my fault. I cursed it. It's on me.
You were kind of that the audio piece that just stuck out a little too loud from it. I think he has one on his shoulders. But But right now, I actually like this really aggressive position. Able to find one, maybe get two.
Nice.
In the bag. Flawless. Axorus. I love sneaking out through mid. That's exactly where NYIT had been creeping along every single map, or every single round starting into this. He says, you know what? You guys are missing. Where are my best friends at? Oh, here's a bullet for your head. And then they get it done. And then that 9-2, maybe pressing for a double digit in the first half.
You know, I actually really want to highlight something you hit us with towards the earlier side of this half. How hard NYIT were working for mid. Like, I was looking for John Jay conditioning. What's the word? The last two rounds that they won, contact, execute to A site. Whole gang rolled up, got the job done. Last round, they go mid again, they lose. Might be something there.
Just play more direct. You're trying to be cheeky and you're trying to control the map via kind of mid-region. Just go. Play your game. Play for that site. Play to just execute when you get there. We do have Axorus from long distance as that operator will start to creep up into tunnel. They don't want to have any part of that one. Xycerare. You actually have twin ops right now between that Tour de Force and the op on that jet out of mid. Now again, if history holds true, they have gotten some kills on this, but they have technically started into mid. So technically they lose this one already. We could write this one up. I don't think I want to do that yet because I like this positioning. That Darius, though, could be able to get a 2 for free. The Prowler goes right by him. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, shoots so early. We'll take Panda, but it's an easy refrag coming forward for Sin. Let's put themselves into null command territory, and they'll throw it out now. Xycerare has picked up Roman down mid. This is an easy look for NYT the rest of the way through. Sin will barely stay alive. 2 HP coming through. What is that toxic screen? They expend a Nightfall before the post play even starts, but it's giving them that information where these two players are going to be.
Be hearing whispers and echoes for all of a little bit. Madman from backside, and you do have a 2v4. This is how we started the entirety of this half, and this is how apparently we're going to end it. Looking at Dark Gover out. Xycerare trying to just sight anything but the talk screen plays timing. They're going to be able to play one into Madman, who will not stay alive for the longevity of this. And the attackers, you get John Jay, you get the NYIT, the Cybears. 9-3. So they've set up for the curse. They've set up themselves for maybe just a tiny bit of momentum. This is way better than how it started, at least.
Yeah, the Cybers knew what they were doing. They've walked into guaranteed win condition. 3 to 9. Okay. It almost always activates on Icebox too. But hey, you gotta remember, they picked for the attacking side next map. Now they switch to the defense. I'm curious for sure. They still have a pretty solid defensive composition. This jet's going to make things interesting. Xycerare can get forward and make some plays quicker, kind of offset John Jay in terms of utility. Like, you get the jet through early down towards Maison A. You find yourself maybe a controller. You find yourself the Sky. You've got a ton of value to shut down the execute. But it's a lot harder to do, and there are 4 and 9 players well in this game, so they haven't had the best mechanical luck either. So it's a hard task to ask for a player who hasn't been able to really have that differentiator in the way of kills.
You kind of really look over to Zeus kind of hanging out in that bottom frag position, but it's all been about how the util, how the setups, how kind of those talk screens allow you that capability. Xycerare, they set up on top of screen. Actually, they're able to get rid of one. Roman was trying to be able to go through Mission Impossible style through that rope, be a little bit sneaky deaky, but they can't make it all the way to the mission critical point. Madman will back off with the rest. That Headhunter, may be able to find one. They have trade with the Doppelganger in mid as Panda is able to get into their shoulder, put a little hole in that beautiful French vest. But lucky for them. Look, I was trying to figure out if it wasn't a petticoat. It was some kind of clothing. I'm not good with clothes, all right?
Ooh, Sin gonna pick up 2 from Generator. Free for him. Zeus has one as well. That's left the chamber initially lurking away over towards mid. Now gonna make their way over towards A. Just looking for scraps into this round. We'll break knife. We'll guarantee information where this player will be in the side as we'll hound down. Xycerare, we're gonna wrap it up. That's a 2K for the Jets. So now at a 6-9 scoreline, bringing that thing slowly back the other way. 4-9 for NYIT. A pistol round they need to win, and one that they are indeed able to. And man, John Jay really wish they had that one back, man.
Yeah.
Xycerare grabs that first pick. You notice the fact that he's flashed when he dashes away. That is the entry flash. He kills a player before the entry flash. The timing's slightly off through the screen. It honestly breaks down the entire execute.
Yeah, he kind of just is formed into the back. And I mean, this ultimately puts us into basically a 9-5. I mean, if we just know the ways that
it should, yes,
opening rounds will go. But and also this direct contact that they're trying to be able to make from that top left screen. Not going to happen as we lean all the way into B. I like this. If one does not work, go directly to its opposite. Don't play into the weird conundrum that your predecessors went into mid. Just go straight to site. And they're already pushing them right along into it, but there's a bit of damage. You will have the Snakebite that's trying to play for denial. Prowler is going to play for time as well. Darius looking up top. See if anyone in the form of Prime will show themselves, but actually get the root coming out. And actually, that's
Yikes.
what? A same team kill as the paint shells do come out. Roman gets rid of their own sky.
Yeah, that was the whole gang got involved in that one too. A little bit of Fade Util, a little bit of Snakebite coming through. And the paint shell, what's the nail in the coffin. Roman be back towards yellow now. He has one frag in the round technically. Need a lot more to even out numbers here for the team. Waiting for that toxic screen to come back up, and hopefully that should lead to a push to come back forward. You know, all of NYIT going to be behind the current when it does go up. So very scary for John Jay. Ice Rare going to make it even scarier. Jumps out for one of Phoenix areas. Secondary look for Infinity and Sin as the last. So 5 to 9. It pans out exactly how you said pre-round, Monkey, and they get it flawless as well.
Xyzera's swing on that was just beautiful. He was like, oh, that's a chamber? Just, hey, there went your glasses. Go pick them up. Oh, wait, you're dead. Just quick, efficient. And they were able to take them down. Just didn't. They allow that movement all the way up long B, but then ultimately just don't give it up. So we were talking about how they wanted to start off on attack and will be ultimately starting attack on Ascent, but their defense here has really proven to be a lot stronger, at least in these opening 2. We're going to see how that plays go into round number 3. Do have full rifles, Roman on a half shield, but otherwise it's seeming like they've finally got their feet up under him here, Kat.
That it does. See if they can hold those legs firm. So look towards top screen again. They've seen this before, but this time from the Fade, this is going to be an absolute cluster. Xyzera is down early, but he'll fall. There's no way they know about the screen player now. Roman's in first, front of sight. So many players here to see. The first towards Rafters. Darius gonna get the look onto Sin coming on the back end of things. Infinity now to get involved from the upper angle. He'll fall as well to Roman. Panda with the trade back to the direction. Make that a 2-on-3. Both players in the defense on the back of the site. There's a chance to pinch them, but they've brought the chamber back for now. Waiting for this player to sneak around towards the screen side. That'll halt this push just a bit.
It's gonna be forever. I'm hanging out back. Oh, actually, but the double swing because there's one on top, one bottom. So you got this 3v1. Just hanging out by themselves, and they're basically dead as a doornail. So on the gun round, you do get to have John Jay bringing it up 10-5. Don't quite get the extra plant point there, but this is a little. It's not too concerning, but it's enough. As soon as you get to double digits, your mental start to kind of warp in this faculty. But we finally get to a true gun round between both sides. And we actually will have an operator for Xyzera. They've already shown how good they are with just a Marshall. So, especially from these nice sight lines on the backside of A. And they're going to be planted there as well.
That they are. They'll have that KO utility as well to get them out of the site if it comes to it. And of course, the ever-dominant Toxic Screen. John Jay going to look to work their way towards mid. They've brought the chamber before. Weren't able to quite get as far as he would have liked to towards that boiler side. And it's not going to be easy this time as well. Opposing chamber, the defensive chamber will be on boiler. We'll take shots, we'll dash away. Same with Xyzera. So nothing found on the operator just yet. That's 2 big defensive powers already off their positions. A chance for John Jay, this eco team, to step forward, but we'll opt not to. Want to work entirely towards mid instead.
Opt not to. I like that call. It's good because the op is all the way back in the stairs. But you know, mid is kind of a treasure trove of chaos and hurt, and they're going to immediately call for that flex as you do have great sight line as they're starting to move over. Sign is going to be checking it out right under ramp. That Prowler is able to find one. Actually, the Haunt, the flash will be coming through. I hate that flash. It's tough to work against because it's basically sightless and soundless. Able to get at least one nice trade Madman for Panda. The attack is starting to flex forward. They utilize that quick smoke to go down, but Zeus is able to get rid of Axorus, and Madman is found. Zeus coming up clutch. 3K for them. This is something that they've needed because, I mean, honestly, in terms of being a lethality value for this squad, they have not been there, but now they're kind of really showing up, and they've limited this to just a 4-round difference.
Just 4 rounds between this team finding the difference on the defense. A chance to really grab the economic control to break John Jay economy. Get themselves at least 2 guaranteed rounds. Will get them just within 2 on the scoreline, but they've got to win this one here. Xyzera has been seen over towards A Generator, has now moved all the way down B main, and this might be a good look. John Jay will read into the B, and this shot will be big.
Exciser is going to be fine. No, they don't quite get it. Roman is basically missing their, like a sideburn or something. Nothing on the side of their skull as that bullet whizzed by. But look at this aggressive position. They come straight up, and that's going to be a quick in, out, on with your life. Man will chase down Panda, and I like the idea behind it, but they will immediately after B flex over to A. They're going to try and go straight up and in. Zeus will be waiting for them with lightning, thunder, and a cause for a god. They must become that immediately right at ropes. They will be found though. This 4-1 Exciser, you can probably expect they're going to go and save it.
Yeah, 100%.
Unless
Kind of close for the save though, and slowly moving closer. Nervous about the CT swing. I mean, Cyrus doesn't swing. I guess we're all good. Patience a virtue here in this one. He has moved towards spawn. Okay, we'll save. Looking for exits instead. Looking the wrong. Oh, and the look for Xeris has come through. Everybody on John J will get involved. And the operator is no more for NYIT. It'll be an easier offensive round for John J.
I mean, you were talking about the economy getting broken. That was pretty much whoever would lose that round is going to have to deal with the repercussions in earnest for this one. On the defense, NYIT doesn't look like they're going to have much, and they can't exactly just full save, so they're going to have to find something crazy off of this eco. There's 11-6. They could be allowing them to go up into a dozen. It would be twice the amount of rounds they've got. This margin, they'd have to be playing for, well, basically to upend the style of Furia and Champions. Will we see that happen? I don't know. But the Bloodhounds are going to go sniffing out their prey. See if they're going to be able to hunt them down for later. Will the Cybears be able to come out of hibernation? Be able to last throughout? Maybe this defensive round that could be telling for the end of the game. Quick out of the shoot! Exciser is able to find Vengus.
A flash has come through on the generator player. No swing off of it though. You have that confirmation that player will be close and grab it again with the room bust. Romans has picked that one up. A second as well, regardless of the flash. Turns quick enough to find that frag. Will slide to the screen for more, and a 3K now picked up. Going absolutely brazy on the eco team. Looking for a fourth and has it. Icy Ray will fall. Leaves that fade into mid. Infinity Prime stepping forward, but just the chamber on their tail.
I would apologize to them, but alas.
And an easy cleanup.
They say it's too easy. We're at 12-6 match point right now, Kat. And I mean, Cybears have an uphill against them. This was their map. They were trying to play with a little bit of they're trying to bring their sleds to a snow party. Thought, hey, let's go make some snowmen. Let's go up to the hill. Let's have a good time out in the cold. And right now, it's been some big bullies on the side of John J. Bloodhounds have sniffed them out every which way, and their attack is looking nearly as good as their defense. There's been a little bit more resistance, but NYIT, they've really got to turn this one into a fat gun round. Will Zeus buy their shield? I'm not sure if they did. Either way, this could be it. They could be rushing over into B.
I'm going to dip away. After that first pick on Exaris. Stayed so close as well, looking for more. See if these players check these angles. The Sice Res picked up the area, so no look towards A either. They snuffed out the B fake pretty quickly. Sice are going to be here to stall out. So John J, no option towards B main, no option towards A. Now that we're coming through mid, trying to make something happen this round.
We haven't really seen much of this mid push out of John J. They've just been kind of chilling, hanging out. Seeing what more could be able to come about from NYIT. Infinity will actually drop Roman, and then they get traded out themselves. Zol of a 4-1. Madman. He's pulled off crazy numbered things before, but he always had a partner in crime, kind of a buddy cop movie style. You have the smoke that goes over to side A. They pretty much are predicting that they are here. This could be about timing, where they end up on these boxes. Fragment's going to take them out of corner, so they won't be able to hide. They do get one on the skull, and they're going for the plant. If they press up now, they might be able to find him as soon as it goes down. They don't know about them being on the backside, trying to be able to spray down through the corner, but no wall bangs to occur, so this one will be a diffuser. They do get the point. We get a little extra credits to their name, and this one ultimately just keeps NYIT in the game.
That it does. So many ults to work with going to the next round. Expend them all. Man, screw it. Guarantee you keep yourselves cooking. Try to eco down as well for John J's side. This is going to be an Overwatch round. I am praying for the observing team here in this one. This is not going to be an easy feat. We're looking at 9 ults already. One more tour de force to pop if Exaris grabs one singular frag. And they're already posturing to go straight down to the A site trademarks and setup just in case a mid flank comes through. Yo, good luck, man.
Axorus is just waiting to be able to get his so he can have 2 Tour de Forces out there. Is the KO going to ruin everyone's good time? Have a null command. Bang goes 1, but they can't quite connect with the Tour de Force. Roman will be traded out. Excicer, they have another one. Panda, no more Tour de Force for you. That's a tour to bed as you get put there. 3 versus 4. Now is a slow crawl to A. Is becoming a war of attrition. Does Zeus put in the value of that Viper's Pit? Prime finds his Axorus, so there's no more ult point for them. They will find one on the other side of that casket. So it's a 3v3. 1 minute remaining here, Cat. They can flip right around. Madman actually has the bomb. They're going for the plant. Oh, but they're actually just coming right back.
The fake to come through, and well, no one's bought it. Sin stayed towards generators, found Madman. Once he does cancel from the shadows, Bang is going to pick up one. Look at the slide for a second. Has that as well. Nightfall going to come out, but it does not matter. Down towards Hell. We'll find both frags to keep the team alive. John Jay able to surmount what is the initial ultimate, that null command that stalls, that push for them. But they cannot deal with the KO himself when it comes to the end of the round.
Look at this. We only had 1 ult get used, and it was that from the shadows, which I want to see him start committing to. But honestly, I love a lot of good Omen play, and if you'd be able to just flip this map on its side, then you could be able to work with it. I like the idea of a fake too, but Axorus will now have their Tour de Force Indifference. Zeisserer, Blade Storm, they're gonna have to bust that one out in a hurry to be a hero, and that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna have to go full to the limit, full Naruto. Date Bayo your way, it's your ninja way. Bouncing around, but Zeus has dropped. No Viper Pit will be available for this defense, and they find great value out of that Tour de Force.
A lot of knives go down up towards screen, and none of them has found their mark. So John Jay headed for the hills, cutting and running straight to this B main side where Panda's ready to go. A rendezvous to get out of this one as well, and was done so early. A lot of ults to push them forward. Seeker's in first for John Jay. We'll slide through mid. They got information. No one's really holding on to the site. So step 3. That means Viper's Pit's 100% going up for post.
Gonna hang on to this one. You better brought your gas mask, and quickly a teleport could be found. Tour de Force, quick pop. That's basically a Halo 2 rifle. It shoots fast, but it's not accurate if you're trying to dance around with it. Seconds remain. Darius, spray down. Outside of the pit is a slosh, but this is safety for them. Will they be able to get a blind or 2? They find 1, but no, and Prime will put them to bed. Roman is playing with their own blast pack, a spray as well. You have just the fade for defense for 1. That won't even matter as they are able to get them right off the corner, and that'll be the Bloodhounds. They'll take down the Cybears, their map on Icebox. They'll be 1-0 in this best of 3.
They'll be 1-0. They'll steal a map away, and now they get to go to their own. Interesting last round. There's so many ults going forward, it's hard to actually hold on to that site. But that Viper's Pit, man, once that goes up on the post, you're not getting back. And well, they didn't. Retake so hard. The pop flash looked nice getting in. Gave them 2 entry frags to start their retake. But it's so strong. It's just sprays coming through the pit. You know, that decay comes down, brings you all the way down to 1 HP. Those players so low, not just from the fights into that smoke itself, but from the ability. So they're so low, easy sprays that come through. It's a cleanup for the post plant. I do like the recovery, though. You got to give credit where credit's due. Cyber start on what is an 0-7 run towards the game. They finally find some footing, and they brought that scoreline a heck of a lot closer than I think everyone watching, you and I, expected it to be when we got to what was round 8.
Yeah, if you watch the first 2/3 of the first half, you're pretty much like, all right, 13-0, cool, let's get out of here. It's gonna be a quick night. But no, this is the Cybears putting up a fight. They're gonna have to put up a bigger one, and we did get to see some great play calling, some good IGLs, but it's gonna be all about how it goes into map number 2. But before we get there, we're gonna take a short little break. Make sure you come back to the ECAC's Division 1 play. We'll be right back right after this.
The cause is real big. I gotta do it big. The only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides. Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, so my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
We all got a thing. A thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon?
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for even more Valorant here with the ECAC Esports. That's a lot of C's and C's, but hey, a little bit of CC straight to the veins as you get even more Catinator and Hail Monkey Man in the booth. We saw game number 1, map 1, going over to the side of John Jay College. Catinator, it seemed like a just overall dominating performance, but I mean, you got to think lessons learned. They're going to be able to get the IGLs in order, maybe the communication, and trying something that's not just mid, you know, for the first like 8 rounds in a row, especially when you're going to be going over to Ascent, which has the idea to maybe do some of that, but maybe not all the time.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to tell you, Monkey, but these guys are going right back to mid, bro.
Oh, God.
They want to get themselves control over the mid market. They want to work cat. It's going to be the same thing. And, well, if it's anything like the work into boiler, the work into tube, I'm a little nervous. I'll be honest with you. We talked about the fact that this team, they work their way up mid almost every round. I mean, you even called it out at one point, like, this team's been mid every round, bro. I don't know what like, if there's a party there, if they're giving out free drinks in mid, I don't know what's going on, but they always found themselves there. And the couple rounds where we got contact executes instead, what did they do? They won the round. So I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that just synergy on split push is a little rough right now. I don't know. But they picked attack going into this one. So clearly they've got some sort of merit on attack. They feel good about it. They've gotten valoplant.gg and done the work. And hopefully it's good work for the execute, because they're going to need that split execute to work. Ascent is impossible to play contact execute because util is so easy on the chokeholds. Fortunately, it doesn't look like John Jay is going to walk out with an Astra, so it'll make things a little bit easier to get through those chokes, but still same concepts.
I haven't seen a whole lot of Astra play at my level,
I have,
but
brother.
I know that one. You just have wells everywhere, making it tough to be able to make it through the nebula. But, you know, not indifferent. We will still have at least Chambers rocking out here. I love Madman. Already going to be moving over, at least for right now, onto maybe some Omen play. And everyone looks pretty much the same. Bangus may be trading out from that double smoke and double controller concept instead over to that jet. So you get maybe some dual op. That actually could be pretty much, we're looking at a mirror concept if everyone locks in right now. So, you know, you just have to execute better. And if we see NYIT execute like they did in the first 2/3, then it's just going to be John Jay's like win to go and scoop up. Pretty much give it to him now. But let's this one still has the Cybears wondering. Panda floating onto that Omen. It looks like we're gonna have everyone the exact same here. So let's wash our hands of it. First round opener is gonna be wild.
Everybody screenshot this agent select and come back to it for week 8. I promise you, these won't be the comps when we get to the end of the season. When we start the collegiate season, it almost feels like we were in a time capsule for 6 months. And we play the same meta that we saw 6 months ago. The difference going to be that we got the Fade and KO, but you can't not play the Fade and KO in good faith on Ascent now. It's such a staple in any game that you watch at any level. You're going to see a Fade KO. So that one is almost a freebie. Just gets grandfathered past that concept. But to play Jet and Chambers still is absolutely mind-boggling. The Raze is so much more useful and combos so much better with the Fade. Does so much more, has more util. The nade's so good for extra stalling potential, and you get the same value. The Jet, you really only needed it to op. You've got the Chamber now, so you don't. You can double op, sure, but there is no point, man. There's no point.
I mean, I have seen a lot of good usage, maybe for verticality when it comes to Jet. You can really kind of hop over these walls, maybe catch them off guard, especially if you kind of get over that entry into B main. But I've been seeing a lot more when it comes to kind of cheeky Sage play, honestly, being able to get up onto walls. I'm a Cypher guy myself, so give me every single tripwire location possible, but that's also just because I'm an old head. I'm waiting for whenever they put some of those changes out for him. But for right now, it's all about how we're going to execute going to our first round, and it will be NYIT. They're going to try and say they're better on attack. Let's see if they can do it. The Cybears taking on the Bloodhounds on their defense.
It's already that look in towards mid. Excicer will start to push the issue. Trade's an interesting position. It's a little bit deeper. So it's pushing Excicer a little farther forward. No swing has come through off of it. Prowler will get information. Those players are in that direction. So Yuto spent it pretty early. That's a Prowler gone. That's going to be the trademark gone as well. So players have to watch mid now for John Jay, but pretty good on the pivot so far. It should be an easy time for them retaking towards this B site as NYT do start to storm their way down.
I see them doing that early and often to try and take out that very valuable kind of intel util with that. But looking down straight, be able to get a couple tags. TP out. Exacerus will be able to exacerbate the situation by living for a little bit longer. Everyone's starting to parade forward. You actually don't even have any Killjoy type utility into this one, so you can't quite be able to just stop anyone from parading right down the lane. Panda, direct contact onto stairs in this 3v3. Everyone hurt from the side of the Cybears, but they're at least surviving. They're on site. This defense looking for the retake. Prowler will be able to get rid of one. Quick takes. They get the haunt in the backside of Boathouse. And now it's all a sign and a dream. It's all just a meme. They're able to make that retake look easy. And again, John Jay will take round 1.
Shout out to the retake util, man. You see on your kill feed and you wonder who are those small players piggybacking on whoever got the frag. That's an assist. it comes through either from damage dealt or from util expended. You saw Roman grab themselves some from what is that flash, that pop flash coming out of the dark cover. You see the fade get some as well. The team stepping their way through into the site and doing it with util to make that fight more winnable. In FPS, it's always 50-50 to initially start on the peak in terms of the gunfight. Your goal is to make that percentage as high as possible for yourself, and it comes up immensely when you got a player blind, when you got a player pulled, things like that. So great work for John Jay to start off that retake, looking so good in the pistol.
Ooh. Aggressively stepping out straight into B main, and look at that one! Bangus able to go bang straight into the dome of Sign, as Darius finds Panda on that creeping corner. Everyone looking out through tiles is actually, they have full control. They've squished them into this corner. Catwalk is where the bomb has dropped, and they are just pressing up, saying, "You're not going to come back and get this. We're the Bloodhounds. We'll sniff you out." And you're stuck in that corner. Visor, as they've actually traded into this game, I believe they've actually subbed in for this map number 2. Trying to hold down anything that will creep along from A, but this is just, they've got the bomb, they've got plenty of time.
Yeah, absolutely so.
It's control.
Little creep up coming through towards A main. This containment's so nice. So look towards spawners, look towards A main as well. You know exactly where these players are. They have to be to the top of the cat. You're just going to pick up the first, Madman in the second, and that's a flawless victory here on the anti-eco for John Jay. Pretty clean going through this one. It's all that weaponry, limited as it is going to go through into a bonus round. Chance to bring that eco up.
Really hope no one had all the player dialogue turned on. Jet was saying that was terrible. And no, for exactly what that was, it wasn't great. Because they really got stopped out. But again, that's just all of round number 2. So you will have Cybears hanging out with 4 rifles. Let's see if they'll be able to creep out. It does look like we're at least in this default triple over into A. And again, you're talking about just that containment and control of mid. It is the greatest, best thoroughfare here for Ascent. Now, I mean, just out into this corner already, Bangus is trying to find more. They're going to blind fire through that dark cover, and this starts to become a little bit of a parade coming up into A main. The fragment may get expended, but as soon as they get 1 kill, they're going to flex over into it. That's Prime able to find at least 1. And again, the tailwind here on the side of Exiserair. But it seems kind of like they get to mid. This is not dissimilar from Icebox. They get to mid, they don't know where to go. They just kind of stall.
Yeah, that's the hard part, man. You get the space, now what do I do with it? It's almost like I didn't think I'd get this far. Serious? It's gonna see those players towards cat. Timing perfect to come through to find Infinity. Will get traded by Exiserair. You got themselves some spacing shot there for Bangus, but it is that Marshall. It's that body shot, not to finish the job. So Sin is gonna have that one picked up. Visor has the freebie on a Roman on the jump up. A little bit of timing in their favor there. And you got A site cleared. Why worry about the B site player? We'll guarantee a plant. We'll play this one together. Man, gonna be lucky to find an exit in this one.
30 seconds left.
I'll be able to find one if he can kind of keep it close quarters, but right now he's asking for a death wish if he goes back to spawn side. Pretty much guess on that one. I think they've been able to find him. Does get the paranoia to pop off. Panda's going to go right around corner. They actually find one high in heaven, but no, it will be Doppelganger that finds him. Panda steps to the side, goes to garden, smells the flowers, and then takes out his twin. So that'll be 2-1. Pretty much the traditional starting affair, but it was all about how they executed in that one. Prime does have the Nightfall going into this map, or rather this 4th round. Actually, we have Nightfalls on both sides. It's about to be nighttime. Is there a nighttime variant to this map? It's about to see it.
Yeah, we are about to see it. So we'll take that. We'll take that where we can get it. I think we might actually get that Nightfall pretty early into this one. Pretty far down towards B main right now. There's going to be that 2 look towards tile. I guess it's a question if they can get mid or not. Smokes come through towards cat. They got some spacing and an early B main orb. Darius wants to fight this one out. Prowler through and finds the second player. Not even who he's looking for.
Wow.
Pick it up and the wall bang for Exiserair. So you can grab yourself an orb in a second as well. Hey, the death orb. So you got 2 coming out of that one for Exiserair, but definitely not the frags. John Jay feeling pretty confident to start that one out. Thanks to Darius, the initiator, getting so much value. Sin trying to recover Spike is able to do so, and they're looking for a little bit extra. Overstaying the welcome. His Visor. Stepping into trouble. Still stuck now towards main. His teammate will fall. Finally a trade. A very late trade. Darius gonna get the 3-for-1 combo. He's got himself so much going down to V main. Spike now picked up for Visor, but already a player towards Fountain. How does he cross? How does he cross?
It's just a rabbit hopping for his life amongst a bunch of coyotes that are slowly circling around him. So actually, that's fantastic. They think he's going all the way back to spawn side rotation. Look how far they flexed away. And this is all of Madman left on site, but Visor does not quite know where they are. So this is all a game of cat and mouse. The timing be able to expose their back straight to him. They're going to hit the door button. That's going to be a big call out. At least it should be. They're hopping around. Do they see anyone there? Paranoia does come. Oh my goodness! Through the blind fire. Knows, hey, they're going to step out as soon as they hit me with that one. Why not just fire where they supposedly were going to go?
Agreed. Found one, jump down, and no trade just yet. Bang is going to find it the very end of the round, but it comes down to the wire for Visor. Made that one pretty dang close. At the end of it all, the defuse comes through. It will be a 3-1 scoreline for John Jay College.
That was almost the hero play. That was
so close.
Visor coming in to his first map after the first one kind of fell early, but you know, indifference to the first 8 rounds we had on Icebox. This one at least has a single tick right now, the first 4, when it comes to the Cybears. And they nearly had Visor looking like they're going to post this highlight on their Twitter, looking like just big brain plays. And then now Visor is actually going to use that tour de force. They don't have much in the way of money in the first place, as they gave it away over to one of their pals. So we're going to have some crazy weapons, maybe some sight lines down mid as well. Bit of a duel going on.
Early suppression for Exciter Rare, trying to fight their way out of tile. Does manage to get away, but it costs the dash very early into this round. It means the execute going to be almost impossible for NYIT. They're going to need picks if they want to make it possible, because they cannot open space by way of Duelist any longer. Visor thinking about space up towards Cat. It's just Roman looking right now towards Garden. Timing on this one going to be everything. FOV going to be everything. Visor has it first. We'll see the feet. We'll have the frag. So Roman will fall. Xayer's thinking about sneaking through the smoke and has done just that. Gonna find one. Not a secondary frag, but Bang is gonna be here to pick up where they left off. Flash turn. No one through just yet. It's 3 players to find, and Visor will find 3. A 3K on the round for the chamber. A walk into sight for NYIT. Said it would need picks to get them in, and well, the picks are there.
Yeah, and Visor's wearing his cool guy glasses. That paranoia actually will take away some good vision from the teammates on Cybears down on site. Darius actually has some time. There's not a lot of health, honestly. You have just basically 2 1/3 people existing on site at this point. Darius is trying to be able to take out corner. Prowler will make them blind, so they have to wait. That's a nice delay, and they will actually be sighted out. And Visor finds his 4th, steps straight into danger, knows that the Prowler was able to push him back, and that's now 2 for the Cybears. They're looking way more competitive, and this is the Bloodhounds map.
Yeah, interesting how this one plays out. I mean, I guess we can kind of call it everyone's map.
Yeah, it's
at
neutral.
times, for sure. But yeah, it is interesting that the success is coming in reverse. I guess pretty close in this one still, just 1 round, but about to be tied up if things go the way they hopefully should. I'm not gonna, say it should go one way or another. Like nothing too confident. I don't want my DMs to get flooded with how could you do this to us? You cursed us, things like that. See, that's why I didn't say anything.
I mean, it was like almost. It was like half, but
that's fair.
Yeah, it's just enough to make
that one pickup, just that one.
Yeah, you'll get the side eye emote. That's all it is.
There we go. I like that.
Yeah, it's not too bad of one, but that's one you're gonna have to be able to take. Visor turns away. Oh god, just turns straight away. You're holding down your discipline. You're making sure no one's creeping out. That's why you're there. That's why you're so exposed. Otherwise, your back is just to your opponent. Don't do that. They stay alive. And now we get this creep up into Cubby straight out. You have the Nightfall that's going to suppress them, but Axorus doesn't really care too much. They know that Haunt is going to be able to find them straight away, but they actually will TP out. It's all about vision at that point. Excicerare will close door. Anyone hanging out in Garden is going to have a bad time, and now they're all trying to recover from their own nightmares. And this is a difference of numbers right now, trying to connect anything with that Tour de Force, and they're not hitting nothing, and Prime gets 2.
I'm going to grab 2. Darius in a 1v4. Marshall in hand. Full util to work with, so can possibly play for some exits. It's only a matter of time if his dark cover is going away. A couple seconds left on it, and now completely exposed. Does find a nice little quick scope to Visor, but Panda will have that quick trade. So 3-3 by the end of it. NYIT going to pick up a round that they very much should have. 2 rifles do get dropped, though, so you do have to rebuy just a little bit. Nothing going to hurt the big banks of them too badly, though, fortunately. They want to guarantee a broken eco. This could be a pretty solid null command round for them.
Prime is so rich right now. Them and Panda, they're gonna be able to supply their team for at least the next couple of rounds, no matter how this goes. But yeah, this is not exactly the greatest position. I would almost kind of think maybe Bangus plays into a Blade Storm just to have a little bit of extra cash, but apparently where the economy goes, they all go together. The null command does pop out. They're going to try and fully roll tide and roll high. Darius backs off as they were initially suppressed. Actually, they're able to get at least one, as you do have the TP from behind. Visor's able to trade them right back outside, getting distance on these guys. Bangus with that secondary trade. And now, as Plant goes down, we have even numbers. Not same with HP. Talk me out of it. They're trying to be able to get a second one. Axer's playing for the retake. And this is all about how we play from around this house.
Oh. Ooh, secondary looking to come through that player back in the green box. A one-on-one now. Look down to CT Stare, and Affinity Prime will have that one as well. We'll give the Cybers a one-round lead into this one. Down to the wire, and a tough one to not find for John Jay to bring it so close. Get that eco broken because of it. Null command comes out, guarantees that lack of utility, and makes things just so much easier for the Cyber in terms of sight, in terms of getting a plant, then to hold down. Coming to the wire, but a win nonetheless for the Cybers.
That's happened twice now. I've had great hero plays, just holding your nerve and holding your sight, making sure that you don't just get caught up in the moment by momentum and nerve. But I mean, Bangus will use those Blade Storms. I wonder if they're going to be able to play right up into it. You get the haunt. That's a great position to get caught out in. Actually, he's playing from that defensive side. The bomb will go down. Do they see them from the direct line corner? They can't quite find them. There's not exactly a wall bang on those kunai. With a nice side eye. Visor coming in for this map has been such a turn of the tables in favor of NYIT. Like, Cyber has really just been kind of operating from behind them. I say that Axris, though.
Fault.
It was, you know, hey, at me, it's Hale_Monkeyman. Hit me with that one. That's okay. Woo.
Okay, Fantasy's going to find one back. We'll make it a 1v2. Has plenty of space to work with as well. Can walk straight through mid if they'd like to. It's going to opt
look at that.
To go.
Look at that spawn.
Yeah, the wrong choice. Going to be here. We'll know it. I mean, hindsight 50-50, and we have a massive mini-map to show us both players, fortunately. Darius going to pick that one up, and one that's hard to miss. Goes back to the training range for that one. As that player walking quite slow. Sheriff headshot going to be there. Be 4-on-4. Eco for John Jay. Guns in the hands. NYIT rebuy nonetheless.
There was a slim margin, just the tiniest margin of error if they would be able to slip by. But no, that's just making sure you don't creep too far back. Once you're in the backside spawn, especially with that bomb having free movement, you don't have to keep your eyes back there. You've seen what you need to see. You have your fellow teammate on site. Go back to discipline, go back to B main, and that's exactly what they did. They're able to find this one. First 8, highly competitive between both these squads. Now we get full weaponry. 0-point knife. We'll be able to find 3, so they're going to slow things down, and because of the numbers there will be at least a slight shift. As the fade will come up over top into heaven of A, and Bangus is going to hold out into near side garden. This is kind of a flex out. They may be coming all the way back. In fact, with this bomb, that was a nice numbers game. They played to get caught into the 0-point knife, and they've at least been able to move bomb over to B main, but some of that may be slowly getting sussed out from the side of John Jay.
Yeah, there's some invalid info going through right now. Bangus sniffed out Exciter to the top of mid. Shows info that at least one player was starting to consider a rotate, or were they starting to consider a cat split? That's the question here. So no one's moved just yet. Still no noise heard. The noise has been cut for so long from the Cybears that I feel like John Jay eventually should look to float another player. They'll do just that. They're going to move that fade over. They're going to be ready for this push. There's 2 players going to step forward. One on the CT cross. Madman there with shots. 2 body shots. So that's put both players low. Visor going to find Romans. The mid-market player going to fall. And that's resources gone from them here in this one as well. It means they've got no flash, no 0-point going into this one. Infinity Prime's picking up Zaros as well. Nightfall coming through for both sides. It's going to ping all 3. That's way better for the defense here going into this one. As they'll sneak their way in to the back of side. Infinity Prime going to have another. Held it down before, holding it down again from B main. Visor now getting back from that lurk to mid-market. Take another player. Put Darius inside alone in a 1v2, and Visor will have it. A 3-piece to come through down towards CT. NYT will find themselves a 5th round. Interesting ultimates to come out. That counter Nightfall is quite nice from Infinity Prime to shut down what is that, a really retake. Darius only able to find one instead. Gets the info that only one player is going to be onto the site, but can't get that suppression. Can't come through in terms of lack of hearing for that team on the post plan. So things still not very easy after that all comes through. I mean, I've watched the fact that it's not Rolling Thunder, right? You kill the noise, you get info where that player is, but they can very much still shoot their gun, and that they did.
The craziest thing, the scariest thing I saw amongst all that one is the Nightfall got expended and the one person on site, they had a fragment behind them. You have no idea that thing's pulsing until you're dying, or you can see it. So, sadly, the horror game will now be over, at least for right now, as all of night turns back to day. A lot of damage. Is into Singular Fate on defense. Axris is waiting for anyone to press up in from mid. You actually have that very tight angle from Cat. They're going to move Panda right back away. The Blazestorm has all of one knife. They got to get high value, but no. Roman's able to get one with a Sheriff. Visor trades are right back out. And again, we're playing for Ginny. But they're well suppressed, and the dash will be found. Bangus can't get away. Madman comes in mad and trying to be able to take down anyone that still exists in front of him. It's a 3-on-3. We've had such even numbers for all of these retakes, and it comes down to such a 50-50 situation for either team to be able to break apart. And we have not seen really multiple rounds apart. It's all been one, and we've been tied up neck and neck every single trade.
Yeah, a very close game. A lot of rounds down to the wire. John Jay, not really much to lose going into this one, so this retake is going to start to push its way through. 2 through door. 1 on the Paranoia. So there's going to be a look from hell if they can find it here for this post-plant side. Xaris has picked up one. A trade back for Infinity Prime. Panda going to come out the smoke. No, this race come arrive. Has picked it up now. And the second to go with it. So it's a 1v2 for Panda to hold it out at the end of the round. A 6-4 score line. As NYIT are going to find themselves a second. We'll start to string a couple rounds together. John Jay, a rebuy to try to keep that footing.
I thought Panda was going to whiff that round out of existence. He started spraying around the top of that cloak. He was like, hey, this is the shape of your cowl. And the guy was like, oh, cool, thank you. Saw the dots on the wall. Didn't really respond to him. So he does pick up 2. And I loved the idea and the call out, the timing, honestly, to be able to get the Paranoia off, be able to slow down or take away any sight from low hell so they could rotate out of guard. But ultimately, it was just playing peekaboo from inside dark cover that gives the attacker Zoman and that Panda the way. It'll be a quick tag. But they're going to have to TP away off of that would-be tour de force movement. Axris bit bops right out of the backside of Garden. He'll be moving right back into corner again. It's going to take him all of a second to creep over. This is going to be about Prime looking to their peripheral right. And it will be Panda, though, that gets rid of Axris. So that's no longer a threat. A is free.
Free indeed. It's the second pick can come from Excicer. And that means Plant is going to go down. John Jay scattered in the midst right now. Start to work their way back forward. Util should be pretty prominent. Yeah, Omen's got everything left. The Fade should too. Sitting over to the B side. Maybe the Haunt still cover. That's about it. The Cypher steps through, overstays the welcome. Will get taken down pretty early. It's a freebie for John Jay. Going to make this retake a lot easier. 1 member down. Sin still going to get to the back of Cat though. We'll pick up Bangus over towards Garden. Paranoia's come through. Hasn't caught the player on the top of that generator. Panda's found 1. Darius spray transfer good for 2. But a shutdown from the Omen. One that you're really not expecting to win, honestly, on that retake. You're playing in with 2 players. You've got to just have massive frag potential. They find something, but man, that was going to be hard to convert in any sort of way. Just too far into it, though, to back out of it.
Feels like they were just really pressed to try and to turn that into their moment. But ultimately, we go to the final round of the first half. A way different scene here, Catnator, from what we saw in the first half of Icebox. Icebox, you know, it's only maybe one girl or one guy's girlfriend. This is everyone's girlfriend. It's depending on the flavor of the week. But a little bit of familiarity runs a long way, and so does a no command, able to shut everyone away and down. They're going to play from backside. Madman gets a lot of damage onto 1. Sign is dropped. Darius is doing big work. Madman's trying to be able to keep that flex away as much as they can. In fact, everyone is dead. Sans 1. You basically have a robot that needs a revival. Visor looking to get back over there as fast as they can. But Sign will drop toward a force. Can you find immediate corner? Because you do have that 1 null open as well. Darius with the Prowler. They don't have a lot of health. This could be another hero moment. They're nearly able to do it before. They just got 3 in front of them to get it to work now. Yeah, low health on the Fade. They've got themselves a 1-click gun as well in the Tour de Force. It reloads even faster than an operator, or recocks, I should say, faster. So you can get shots out quicker. Suppressed for now, but now back into it. Haunt going to reconfirm location. And Visor going to step into trouble, looking for a player down towards the flank, and Darius going to pick it up for free. So 3K for the Fade, a 5-7 scoreline as Sean J will grab themselves 1.
Man, what an interesting look to come through the NYIT team to end that one out. It's a tempo switch. They played pretty slow throughout the entirety of that half, consistently trying to work Visor somewhere, whether it be towards mid, which is, questionable for a couple rounds, but at least always coming through A main when they did want to hit B to make sure there was some lurk. The whole John Jay defense wasn't there, but that round they said, let's do it. Let's get it done. We ball, and well, they balled out the round. So we're able to pick that one up. All good, all good. It's a 2-round differential. They went pistol. We're tied up.
It feels like that's an emotion pick or emotion decision. You
You
always
think so?
feel like, you know what? I want to get this round. I want to get this half done with. Let's get to the other side. And you just kind of like, let's rush. We got no command. Let's get in there. Let's flex strong. We're feeling good. And then you're laying on the ground. You're like, oh, I'm dead. So
Sure.
play to your execution type. Play to your speed. That's been winning you the rounds in the first place. You actually find 4. Will be suppressed off that 0-point knife. Visor. Again, their own twinsy gone. Sign. And Roman. It's all of a 4-1. The defenders on the side of the Cybears, NYIT. They take this one pretty handily.
It's a rare moment where we get to see both initiators on one site. Valuable moment as well. Timing on the 0-point could not be any better if you tried. Haunt early round confirms these boys are coming. They're steamrolling their way forward. And a 0-point's perfectly placed. Grabs 4. All the utils negated. John Jay sitting there with absolutely nothing. The Emperor has no clothes, and he's got no groove either. Find nothing into that round. And, well, let's put a 3-round differential now. NYIT almost guaranteed to pick this one up. I won't say that they're going to, because they can't say that, or bad things happen. That's just how it goes. John Jay looking for the run back.
You're brave. I know you can. I know you can say it. I want you to.
Yeah, NYT, they win this round without a doubt. Without a doubt in my mind.
Hey, look at that. Cybears, it's up to you. You know what to do. Can they actually hold this down? Angus Bong is going to hold this tight corner. Right around Archway, you have those staggered dark covers. Should at least delay them. Panda will be on this white on Rice, and we'll be able to make that call. They know exactly where they're nearby, but you do have this clan flex over the tiles. They could be able to move their way around, start looking at mid, but there has been no deterrence and a lot of anchoring on site A. They're really looking to get into that cerebral cortex of the side of John Jay. They want to see if they'll be able to come out when they make these moves, and now it's all about time. And they say it's the 50-second mark. We're getting on. We're getting in. We're going to try and move around. But the defense is answering in a massive capacity. Madman finds 1. They will not be able to find multiple. Darius from a distance. The D&D, but his defense against him right now. Darius is going to be seeing something from out of sight lines, and it's way beyond tiles. Defenders, Cybears, they come out. They have now put this to a 4-round difference. Hey, you were right. Look at that.
Oh, huge. Always feels good to be right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got themselves that secondary round. Only took 2 guns down in the process as well, so not too shaky. Keeps John Jay at bay. I do like the look for them to try to work their way through mid. Didn't I think a little short-sighted on the fact that there's probably going to be a trademark there almost every single round. So the trademark pops. No one's able to shoot it, and it kind of shuts down the hope of getting that surprise play over towards the B player. Like, they're almost sacrificing the first player out B main so the player's market can have value, and that trademark kind of kills that play for them. But nonetheless, as an eco, who cares? We're into the gun round now.
Woo! Trying to be able to find those immediate duels, immediate trades. Oh, but the op is pressing out from dark cover. That's not smart. Able to just find a bullet into your face. Who's creeping out? The defense? Okay, Xycerare. It's rid of Roman. That difference in capacity. You move from this full control on that duelist now to this initiator on KO. Oh, the Prowler actually will be shot down. Paranoia will make everyone step back for a moment. It's a 2-on-2, and it took all of 2 seconds for really that to happen. There was so many bullets flying, so many duels happening, and a massive amount of trades. They're still going to press up through this dark cover. That's a tough call. They do hear the reload of Panda. They know that he's up in heaven. He's kind of pressing away. That's the least we can follow that bullet trail.
Last player standing.
One picked up for Panda. Let's put a 1v2 for Bengus. Not unwinnable. First 1v1's there, and he's picked it up. A 3k. 9 HP, though, for the Jet. It's fake the dash. Does Panda expect him generator? Neither player sure of the location just yet. Darko's going to come through for Panda to play off of. And look what's open. The window. Bengus going to step right in behind. It has the frag. A 4k picked up. A final 1v2. And the Jets found the clutch. 6-9 score line as John Jay going to sneak away with one.
Tell me about that fake out, because you hit it straight into the front side of Ginny. Was he trying to be able to make it look like he went over into hell to get up underneath him? That where the because dark cover was up top, like just completely 180'd his brain. Honestly, mine too. I was looking, I was like, where is he tricking him out? And he just kept looking straight down onto sight. Never saw him. Never even thought to look to his right over into garden.
Yeah, that fake dash really does sell that play quite nicely.
Yeah.
Big improv play. Might be on the school improv team running stuff like that. Quite nice, quite nice. 0 points found, nothing early over towards A main. Someone's going to step into space. KL7 for the orb right now. Going to lead to some contact and Sin. Well, he'll win that one out. Look towards B main. Is found shots back and forth. Everybody alive for the moment being, though. And Spike going to be down towards B main, or A main, excuse me. So that's where the real action needs to be happening. Roma's got the trade back on the opposing KO at the minimal here. Space has been worked into B, but once again, Spike's down, so it's kind of useless right now. They do manage to sneak it away. Panda's caught Xeris on the timing, and they'll walk through spawn, so actually a chance for this plant. The Spike's gone.
Yeah, they're going to be able to just sprint away, but I think they kind of know that. Seeing where they're going to be able to find them out, they're going to have sightline through tiles, and so will this continued sprint be a marathon runner?
Oh
my goodness.
Are you a real player?
Just turned around.
No, you did not just see what I just saw. Infinity Prime stepped out of CT, checked pizza, said, oh, that's my jet. That's my teammate. It's chilling. Turned away. Bangus got the frag for free. Bro, there's no... Hey, man, long day of classes. Got to get a Red Bull or something. Exciter is going to pick up the opposing jet. Suddenly, it's a 1v3, and Roman's going to look for that close cutoff towards CT. Low HP, 34 health. No one's walked into it just yet, so we'll now back up from the shadows for Panda. It's going to cause for a pinch on the site. Fantastic paranoia. Nothing to be done there for Roman. Panda will pick it up. A 3K converted. A 10-6 score line when the defuse does settle.
Look, it's been a long day at the office too.
I
I'm glad you called
that.
out. I had no idea. I mean, they saw a little ponytail. They said, "Oh yeah, that's mine. That's fine." See, that's the problem with having mirrored compositions. You expect that. Just weird. Oh my goodness. Our production is going nuts behind it. That's just fantastic. Okay, so 6-10. Double digits go first to Cybears. As NYIT want to be able to dominate this one from the defensive side, looking much better going into Ascent. Remember, our map number 3, it's undetermined sides, but it will be Haven, and you know that's everyone's favorite 3-point map.
Yes, sir.
So if you want to get out there, look, Haven's one of my favorites. I know production hates it, but I love it. And
hey, the Neon can come back out on that one.
Oh yeah,
it's a good Neon map.
Let's get in there in a hurry. We do have a Blade Storm popping out as well, which means an aggressive play here, moving straight in to A main. They're not going to quite rush it, especially with all the smoke and all the 0 points in the way.
Yeah, double 0 point will stall Utah on both sides, so get a little bit of timeout. But they're going to sit towards the top of Cat. His team wants it bad. Probably going to come through. Can they swing off it? They can. They push him far enough away to get spacing, and Sin is going to be caught by the pistols. It's going to be a rifle to be picked up unless Visor has something to say about it. Right now, Does going to pick up a 2K for the troubles. This team still can't make it an A main. Xycer is sitting there confidently. Roman to trade one. Vac. Those rifles, look how far away they are. They're getting puppy guarded too. So no way John Jay's getting back into this one, or at least not into the guns, I should say. Except through A main, but it's straight into trouble. Infinity Prime's going to be on the angle.
Roman's going to be chilling right in the middle of dark cover. They're going to break this door. All of telling, like, hey, you got no extra options. Haunt is actually going to come out. Going to see if they can find him. They know they're at least hanging around, which is just good enough intel. You don't have to actually see them. You just force a util to get them a shot. Dark cover continues to delay them. They could just play that forever, because otherwise they do have an entry flash, but they don't really have much in the way of rifles. Flashbang does come out, and a bullet goes through. So Roman hits the ground. The defenders will take it. We go through the first 17, 11 fall into the lap of the Cybears. I'm gonna call it right now, or maybe not call it, but say it. Visor has been such a great twist for Cybears to properly come into just this lethality and motion. Zeus maybe just kind of filler for that opening map, but Visor has been such a difference maker.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. You don't have to hide that one. Don't even worry.
It's like
how the value on the chamber's quite
Michael
nice.
Jordan. Just switch them around.
How the value on the chamber, huge for the team. Player that doesn't have to necessarily have incredible impact. If they have impact on the lurk, though, it does make things very interesting. And they were absolutely that lurking player when it was on the attacking side. This makes it so much easier for the team to work. They don't have to worry about the util or the extra player count from that player. 0 points going to be for the back of the sights, and for that one player going to at least be in that direction. But the Milkman shut down instantly by Sin. So we'll ping for now. We'll ping from the floor as Vi's going to pick up a second, bang us out towards Generator. Going to have a trade back to the direction. Sin stepping out for everything right now. He's going to pick up one as that spike gets planted, so there's no trade opportunity. Xeris has one, Madman another, and 1v2 now picked up. Sin's picked up one. The one going with Madman throws the frag. No gun in the hands of Madman. That's a free swing any day of the week. He's happy to have that one. Sending thank you cards over to NYIT to pick up that round. 7-11 the score.
That's the kind of team leading I want to see out of Madman. They were so good with it in map 1, and then just kind of disappeared. But Sign was really going just hamskis on some of those takes. They nearly had 4K between all those. And so 7-11, oh thank heaven. Maybe someone's going to be sent there, or maybe we're going to see even more going into hell on A. But no, B looks like to be the swing, at least. They're going to start off here on an early turn. And, I mean, looking at Alt Economy, you do have a Tour de Force that will get popped out on this attack. And look at that split. They're going to have Visor all the way the other direction. Visor does get them immediately. That almost looked like a collat was going to be starting off.
We're so deep into Cat early into the round, looking towards Tile. Timing going to be not on his side on the second look. John Jay's already crossed their way forward into mid. They'll negate the knives for the next 8 seconds. They'll be back before this contact actually comes through. Now there's KO to help as well. Things will be interesting here for John Jay trying to force the issue.
Tailwind gets expended. They were trying to be able to be a right-click hero. They see, get Nimes back, take down one. They don't get another. Zaxxerera will be exercised from out of Cat. A little bit of intel to be gained. I think they're actually going to be going directly to site. They find
Weird
one
spot.
over into Marketplace. Yeah, I don't know if he knew to be there. I'm not sure. But you know what? Good decoy. Gets a kill.
Yeah, bro sneezed at TP or something. That should go back and say any day, but okay, all good. Shout out to our boy Darius. Fade steps out towards V main, picks up 2. Literally just goes for 2 raw 1v1s and won both of them over on your minimap. So open up the V site, said, boys, come chill, come hang. The parents are gone for the weekend. I got the pool. Let's have a party. And while they step in, for a second, things look dangerous. But yeah, decoy, I guess. Picked up the frag, stayed alive, all good. 8-11 scoreline now. John Jay slowly walking it back.
There's going to be nothing but Stinger supremacy. And look at them. This is a snowball of death in the middle. They're actually going to press all the way up. Zaxxerera is able to get one on top of box. They're saying, oh, wait, where'd you die from? Hey, wait, I don't want to go against that one. So they're going to upgrade some rifles, move themselves straight into a death ball, coming all into Catwalk, turning the corner. Prowlers everywhere, having to deal with all the numbers. Infinity will find them with that Stinger, gets upgrade to a Vandal, trades it right back up. Prime number they are in this 2v2. The plant is down. So that death ball went out into mid. It's turned all the way. It's like NASCAR. They're just turning left. They're timing to turn left. And they're looking to come from the outside looking in. But look at this position by Madman.
One enemy remaining.
Easy swing. Picked it up. Infinity Prime going to fall. Not expecting a player that late into wine. And how could you? How could you indeed? It's a school night after all. Panda gonna walk down towards Hell. It's picked up one. Bang is low HP and he'll fall to the Spectre spray. Paranoia is on point from Madman. Panda trying to spray through to make sure this player can't step forward. And oh my days, the sheriff shot is dirty. But the defuse cannot come through. There's simply not enough time. So it will be John Jay converting it again. 9-11 on the scoreline. 2 rounds differentiating. NYIT back with weapons in their hands.
Look at this one. You do have a null command on the defense for Sign. You have no ults, maybe a couple that could be gotten here soon for the attack of John Jay. So this is all going to be about the duels. Visor with that operator. They're kind of going all in, selling out for this defensive stop to try and get it over to 12, or else they're going to be ding-dang broke, as bad as the economy in real life. To be able to find that jump wiggle, not gonna happen. Visor immediately putting shots into Tile. He says, bang, 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 I'm out. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Let me repost, reset up. The knife does go away from that 0 points. This is all about pressure early into A. You can tell, you can just get the vibe of the side bears. They want to make sure that they get this one to just force that buy up into round number 22. Ultimately in a 12-9 difference.
See how the timing on this null command looks like. There's potential for NYT to completely shut down this push. It's interesting to me that John Jay's looking so hard for contact on a round where all that util could be so easily negated. You see it popped up right now. Nightfall's come through. That's it, though. And that early suppression guaranteeing these players got nothing going in. Sid's got to pick up 2 from the back of the site. Can't grab a third, though. Man has a trade. That site opened up. There's help coming from Cat. He's got to stay alive. These 2 players looking to push their way out scaffold.
Top of the heaven, Madman's being able to at least see one, but he can't get him. Prime has been huge. 12 HP. Axorus, they both know they're there. You actually have a flash available. They
30 seconds left.
will force Axorus to slow the heck down. Good discipline by Panda. Not letting anyone step out of that dark cover for free. Oh, and that one's going to be pretty free. As they go 12-9. They played to get this round for themselves. They know right here they can be able to force map number 3, move their way over to Haven. And I mean, especially with the way they just kind of bought into it. Super confident. And now this is all in. Every single round. Maybe an OT if they can swing it. For the Bloodhounds. John Jay. They provided a lot of momentum. But it's been a lot on the back of Darius. Roman not giving that same kind of lethal grace they did in game number 1.
Yeah, a lot on Darius and a lot on Darius's lurk. Which is hard for Darius to lurk being an initiator. They do have a double initiator set up going forward for them, but typically you want to look at maybe your chamber lurking. So to have your lurk off roll, it makes things very awkward in terms of your execute. You lose a little bit of utility when you try to take that way into the site. Not that it would matter though, because a lot of the time it's been that KO suppression that's been shutting this team down. So that initial look towards pistol, all that util gone. 4 tag from what was that 0 point in that round. And then to come through, 0 point came through so early from Sin, and then the null command afterwards. Bangus going to be in first. See what he grabs.
No fun police parade is being led forward. Roman trying to just get away without being killed. All the bullets flying up from underneath that door. It's already crushed from the top level of heaven. It's just skeet shooting. They've got free ducklings. It's all fish in a barrel. How many different metaphors can I have said that otherwise it's just free to kill? Prowler can't even be able to get rid of Axorus. So they come right back in. Quick reload. They hear it. Everyone hanging out. Another. They get 2. And this will be a defuse. That's going to be Cybears. They take it 13-9. Guess what, Catinator? We're heading to map 3. We're going to Haven.
Well, both teams will steal each other's map picks. And what are 2 pretty close score lines we get to the end of it. 13-8 map 1. 13-9 for map 2. And that means map 3 gonna be on the way. Man, Sin easily gets all the credit for that game. The KO util, the difference maker going into that one. Just use the knife better. And I will say for the Cybers, man, having that value in the KO makes the difference. Like stopping those pushes is huge for them. Like we see, and it's not just the fact that they are throwing that util, it's when they're timing that util out. I already talked about with that pistol, but then to wrap up, I didn't think they'd hit as quickly as they did. But that knife comes through early for Sin 2 rounds prior, going through, scans 2 players over towards A main. And it guarantees the fact that, okay, they cut noise for a long time. They are truly hitting. And then past that, now I can use my actual ultimate to guarantee they don't get pushes coming forward. So suppression first to make sure if they do an execute quickly off contact, they're not going to be able to get in for free off of like maybe a jet dash that I just miss because they're in too early for the ult comes out. So you get that initial util and then the aftermath as well. The ult that goes longer, of course, than what is that initial 8 seconds. And you just can't really say the same thing for John Jay. I mean, they're in pretty fast with the knife, and a lot of the time that knife was just getting shot out by the jet that was on the back of the A site. They try to contact into A, they throw the knife towards the wall, and they're not like running lineups with it. It's not going over the wall. It's not hard to spot. You see it come in straight in front of your eyeballs, you're going to turn, you're going to shoot every time.
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about at the very beginning. This was all about who's going to be able to execute with that same kind of meta mirror comp the best. I mean, it was, you know, who could be able to have their running gun, a boom and doom gloom, death toaster. You get the KOs moving onto site, they drop down, and then ultimately no fun party as all of the utilities just fan away. But ultimately, it was the likes of NYIT. They found their player. They got Visor to be a hero, and they got him to come up strong and be the MVP of that matchup. But you know what? Will they be able to come up even longer? We've got map number 3 on the other side of this break. These 2 squads trying to see who come out the better. You better find out right after this.
Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 wrists. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes
13-8, 13-9, and now map 3. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ECAC Esports Week 1 here of the Valorant A Division. I'm Catnator, that is Monkey Man, and we've got ourselves a map 3 in the midst.
Going straight over to Haven. You know, Catnator, I went and got some cookies at the break because Yeah, Visor was looking like a snack on that breach, or that rather that chamber. So looking pretty good. I want to see if they're going to continue to be just as delicious going into this next map. We got Haven 3-point. It's a puzzle. I mean, Icebox, a little bit of the same if you decide to continuously go down, mid, but it looks like the game has changed at least a little bit. You establish dominance on Ascent, and now the Cybears maybe want to run with some of that momentum going into Haven. So when it comes to this one, I often see a bit of extra intel play. You have to play for kind of your passive intels. You get your Sentinels that are able to kind of stick nearby, a lot of Killjoy, especially maybe along over into either A or C. I like playing Cypher. Again, old head, bad ideas. We did see some champions tactics when it came to actually using Sage again, because she's kind of gone in and out, can direct deny with her wall, but especially playing out of Garage. So, I mean, where do you like to, what do you see yourself and these teams actually playing more into going to Haven?
It's always interesting because I think there's a lot of potential in terms of I'm going to play what I think works and what I think works for us, right? Like we got interesting like double controller over onto Icebox. I think stuff like that we don't typically see at the highest level play anymore, but it works down here because it's what players are comfortable with, right? Like John Jay absolutely annihilate with that composition because they're able to stall for so long and then use what was that burst composition of their Sky, their Rays to get back into sight, right? So I think there's value there if you're comfortable. So if you're comfortable on the Sage, okay, bro, sick, run it, have the value. The slows are pretty solid if you do catch teams late into the round trying to make contact plays. If you are a big fan of studying pro game VODs and trying to be your favorite player, steal their comp, bro. No shame. Go to VLR, look up their comp, take it. Easy peasy.
No, I sometimes get to do that. Sometimes. Mostly for crosshairs, because mine, I've been told, is just trash. So either way. Actually, we're looking at a fancy kind of setup. I love seeing myself some Breach. Breach pretty much dominates this because his Rolling Thunder can bust down the door and the walls for this particular map. And that's a fairly aggressive. You're going to get them mixed with the Fade, and it's just Nightfall, good night, sleep tight. Everything is about to bite for you. Then Bangus has actually moved right back over to that Raze. Of course, Axorus will hang out on that chamber. So it's looking a little bit dissimilar, only when it comes to the actual duelists. Xi Sorare, they seem pretty comfortable on that Jet. I feel like they really, that comes down to just, all right, are you going to just kind of op play me? Are you going to get onto site and maybe move up into Heaven as kind of a threat? But otherwise, we have more or less kind of mirror comp, except for that difference into the Rays. And I think, I don't know. I mean, what's your kind of intel between those two, a Jet versus Rays? It feels like they kind of just burst into the scene.
The Raze has more value for sure. If you look at the meta, you're definitely gonna be looking at the Raze because Season 8 is crazy and it's instantaneous A lobby control. You send through the C's, you send through that nade, you can push your Jet pretty far up towards A long if you want to, and then that Haunt to assist as well. That dynamic duo is crazy going down towards A long and through lobby on the defensive end. So there's so much value going to be on that side. Same story outside of Garage if you want to play it that way. But in terms of it, both these comps, at least the core 4, looking incredibly meta. Entry Duelist is interesting. Yeah, but to your point, Exciter has been living on the Jet this series, so obviously that's comfortability. So you don't want to take comfortability from a player, most definitely. I don't think we've seen the value we would have wanted to see from a player who is playing so hard into what is a primarily frag-heavy duelist. But there's always time. So map 3, the chance to shine. We'll see if that value does end up showing up. And still, we'll get the Omens back into things. That means the pace of play going to be just a little bit faster. And then Omen's easier for Connick execute. I don't think we'll ever really see the collegiate space go into that Astra. I think it requires a lot of very complex team play to make timings worthwhile on the util, and the Omen's just easier and a little bit better, I'd say, here in collegiate seasons.
This very upward angle that Visor's hidden with. They're going to try and clear out to with those paint shells at the backside of C, and this is more or less a direct press. You have fairly short range rather. weaponry with an opening pistol round. They're going to get in, get out, get the plant down. That is planted, but there's some direct contact when it comes to the breaches over into Garage. Sign will win that one out between themselves and Roman. And it's really a defensive push that's kind of working it out. There's a lot less HP, though. A nice wall bang, and suddenly the trades will begin. They're going to try and get at least 1, 2, and maybe a third. Actually, no, it's a 4K. Holy cow. Sign had that momentum from the second map on Ascent, and they have carried it forward on top of their mighty shoulders. They just traded from being full robot to half, and it's still working out.
Yeah, working out indeed. The robotic arms having themselves some value when it comes to holding that ghost and finding the frags. 4K picked up, flips around on its head. And John Jay got to be nervous, the guy going forward into the rest of this matchup. Interesting look to start over towards C on the pistol. It's rare we get to see that look. I'd honestly argue they find the value. They got the spacing. Just running into big sin at the end of the day ends up being the blunt force to stop them out there. Look for that walk up towards grass in this one. So not directly towards garage, but still close to that domain. Possibly the chance in the B. It's the easiest eco site. So ours has picked up a big one on Excise right at top of the site. They'll push their way forward. It's going to be the raise util first. Aftershock to call up the rest of the team means no one can help. So Payne picked them up for free. No trade at all from the eco side.
I love that positioning coming out of dark cover. You have the immediate boom bot drop, and then they kind of just step away from it. And even with all that kind of pressure in his face, Panda's able to make sure that they do not get splash damage from him. Headhunter will be pushed aside. Visor really hasn't, in these first couple of rounds, been a major factor. They're kind of waiting for their Tour de Force to pop off, maybe get a little bit more sniper play, but these direct, tight angles make it tough. You have Axorus that actually gets a wall bang headshot onto Prime. Oh, that timing on the paranoia works so well.
One enemy remaining.
Yo, give it up for the util, bro. Sin's gonna pick up 3 into the site. It's a lurk on its way from the chamber, but unless you're gonna spam through this box, you're not getting anything done, and Panda won't even let him get that far. Bouncer off the door. Xaris can't get in. 2-0 for NYIT. And man, you talk about the paranoia. I'll go one step further. Seeing it come through on the fault line, on the flashpoint. 2 players going to be full blind. Paranoia comes through, guarantees that it's going to land. So nearsighted and blind. Everybody just step forward, out through garage and out through CT. Able to find those frags. The utility, fantastic for the retake early from NYIT. That only snowballs moving forward into this one. I mean, sign 7-0, bro. He's reverse James Bond. It's been 2 rounds.
Oh my god. Heard of the 300. That man's a 700 right there. Just looking like he can hold down the world, especially in this defense. I think Roman can't tell if he... Oh, he actually got hit by the opposite. I thought he somehow stepped into his own fault line. But it actually will be a flashback as Xycerrare gets a nice stinger kill, presses in, gets out, gets the job done. Is looking to get the job working over here as Bangus holds his tight corner, but this is all about seeing from direct sightline. Oh, a nice little take from out of those paint shells. It's like taking the key away, but the door is open. But look at this holding down mid B. You have that chamber, hang in that corner, seeing if you're going to hear any of those heavy metallic footsteps along those floorboards. Just waiting to catch someone rotating over to A to answer for this. But now they actually have it as an option, a safety net to finally get onto site.
Trade still active over towards B, so not going to be an easy stepping for them. 2 players going to be to garage because they know they have that piece of utility in coverage. Xycerrare has been so far up towards A that you can start to back up on this one because you haven't heard noise in such a long time. Zerk looking to be the first player in here towards garage. Visor ready and wait. Prowler going to catch him. They'll steal the frag before the rendezvous.
30 seconds left.
Wow. Prowler goes in. They get blind. Doesn't matter. That other one gets dead. So they do recover. Bomb from out of garage, but everyone's still alive on this defensive play from NYIT. Cybears being cybernetic. Panda finally gets dropped. They use the blast back to elevate. Oh, and the rolling thunder. You know who it is. Sign is in control. Xycerrare is going to press into the fray, but they can still at least get single click shots. Visor rid of his doppelganger, and that is Sign doing work. That is Daddy. That is the man with the plan. That is the one in control. That's 3-0 for the side of the Cybears.
Yeah, Sign doing it all right now. Had to give the credit where it was due. Last map from the KO work, and now same util prowess coming into this round. I mean, it's the big differentiators. There's two big pieces of that round. It starts with the early fault line that goes down towards A lobby. That comes through the link side of things. That's from Sign. Guarantees that there's no contact execute. John Jay was looking for it early. They get stunned. They say, okay, we'll take our time. And then the Rolling Thunder on the B side at the end of the round to guarantee there's no plant to come down. Lets the rest of the team step forward with their eco weapons and be able to pick up frags against rifling players. They get to now take those rifles home into this round and move forward into an absolutely egregious economic advantage for them right now. Sideshow is going to pick up Roman early in towards A lobby. So once again, you can't scale in that department if you're John Jay. They're all the way down towards grass here, and they've really got nothing working for them. It is eco going into this one, so you got to give just a little bit of slack, but still no spacing. We'll find some into garage, chance to pivot, and actually no one from NYIT watching it.
They don't really care. They feel like they can retake just kind of at a whim at this point. If you have Sign alive, pretty much you have two teams on your side. Full 10v5.
Yeah, really.
Oh, Prime just steps back, says, all right, Bangus, come on. We know you ain't got the guns. Prowler will pop up. If anyone's still in garage, they'll be found, but the plant is trying to go down. Just on site C. You have the Haunt
bro
viewing out. Look at that bang. Can't quite get another one as Axorus finds Visor. Prime just stepping out, and they'll be able to get the defusal. But, man, I think... Did the Haunt tag them for that wallbang?
No.
Sad. They just did it.
He's just better.
Just good.
Bro, name's Visor. He's got a visor on right now, and it's not one that is of legality in the esport. So, I'm going to need attorney admin to check the PC. There's no way. Their lab's built differently. For sure.
Got 2 sets of glasses on.
He said he was working on a paper before the game. Opened up Word.exe.
That works.
I don't know what program that really is.
Just a chain of new folders. Just 9 of them deep. Finally find that notepad.
Yeah, kind of strange how much task manager GPU percentage they're taking to just be his exam. I don't know, bro.
Look at this priority though. Because Excicerare has really stopped short this attack every single time they've gone over to A, and that's out of sewer. Finally, that duel's non-existent. As soon as they are reeling back, hey,
wait,
look,
what?
A is working.
What is the read here?
Really weird. Everyone, again, this was only Excicerare by themselves, and they've already bursted on the site.
No, this is a silly willy read from NYIT. Infinity stepped out of garage like on his own just for funskies. Got caught, and everybody said, wait, they're going garage now, 100%, we gotta rotate. So 2 players walked away from A, left Excicer on his own. Now they have to play the retake. They got hella util though, already gonna be into it. Sin stepped out towards CT, picked up 1. Visor now with a headhunter, Madman to pick up 2. Traded back by Sin, who's got both to go with it. We'll pick up a 3K coming out of CT, and well, they might have rotated the wrong way, but they certainly retook to the right place. So 5-0 nonetheless.
This man can't do wrong. It's about to be 5-0. This is a flip of the script from game 1 to game 3.
Right there.
Sign is just looking great. Continues to just run through the melee. These guys are spamming util faster than I can on Mr. Game & Watch. And just continuing to just run furiously forward. Nearly have a second Rolling Thunder on Sign. Visor has their tour de force, but they have an operator that they were able to pick up, so that one's for free. So Infinity and Excicerare doing work when they need to. So far, Cybears have really stepped into a different mental game than they were in that first map on Icebox. It's like it never happened.
Yeah, bro. 2 different players stepped it on their computer, dog. They're absolutely insane right now. I don't know what happened, but the boys woke up for sure, and it shows. It definitely shows. Walking the site now. Nightfall's going to come through. Scan 3. That's massive. Amanga's going to shut it down with the Roomba. It'll be the Boombot rewarded the frag, and 4 players will have util into that one. The assists come up in waves for John Jay for a clean execute. It does mean a bunch of util went into the take itself. So what do they have for the post plant? Tour de force down long. Gonna be helpful. Can somebody flank it for NYIT?
They've been able to get these retakes. They still have Sign up. The 4v5. That long lurk. That trademark is in fact there, but they're trying to get these blinds off. They actually have the fault line pressing over. They're able to get 1. Visor finds another, but that's great value. Be able to stop him from out of garage. Visor finds another on his tour de force, and now just hanging on to it. The Haunt pops off, but so do they. And the Team Ace will finally get the Bulldogs, the Bloodhounds, whatever kind of dog. They're barking. They're on the board, and they cut short this would-be drought. So man, John Jay, they've expended so much, but they find so much. That's how you get yourself back on the game. They don't commit to going down 0-8 like it was in the first map. Oh.
Dude, NYIT, they throw that same defensive retake utility. They throw the paranoia on top of the fault line for Sin, then to try to flash their way forward the rest of the way into the site. But John Jay, they're learning. They all stepped the paranoia, so no one got caught by it. Everyone still had vision going in to what was that post plant, and they could actually find the frags this time. So learning rather quickly. Zara's lucky to stay alive in that one. Almost got a haircut. Think it's going to be close. His teammate will die for the troubles, but it is one trade to be picked up. We'll dash away. So no one can grab one back. We'll break Prowler. Looking for Berserk. Playing a little bit of chicken down here towards Long. Ran out of bullets. Berserk will pick that one up for free. It's now the contact execute coming through its way. Sewers.
On trying to side out anyone. They do know that they're up in heaven. Visor just kind of waits out the damage, but they will have dark cover in front of them, so they have to blind fire. And they know they have a good rifle. They don't want to give up. Economy not to be broken, but it's more of a TP, so they're going to step into this corner. I like what Visor's doing. They've got some heavy cojones on them. They're actually going to trade it out. Interesting. I like this. Hang on to the viable rifle, run away with it. See if they can work it with the TP. Visor is just that ballsy as he steps on into connector.
Walks into the fault line. Graffiti player going to pick that one up. Berserk will have it. Good util timing. Infinity Prime will step away with the operator in hand. So we'll get into the next round. Fortunately, NYIT won enough rounds. Still have a bit of money in the pockets. Infinity Prime can drop that one off to whoever he'd like. There's a couple eco ults going around, so they'll have a rebuy into the next one.
Where are you?
Unless John Jay can hunt down this operator. They're not going to try to by any means. So it'll walk out of this one. Rebuy on its way. Must-win round for NYIT if you want to keep yourself at a round advantage.
So I need to know. So we saw Darius really kind of guiding the Bloodhounds of John Jay College earlier. They're not present. Berserk was the one that has actually traded in for the Bloodhounds. So I mean that kind of trade of your players and that value that they had in the previous couple of maps is really showcased, at least in these first 7 rounds. And so I'm hoping that they start to really build a little bit, snowball a little bit of that momentum, and we try to get right back into this game, because Darius being absent has been such a costly effect onto them. I love utility that comes with Breach, because you just get so much denial, so much slowdown. You're actually gonna be able to get more damage. They killed him with the paint shells early. Oh my goodness, they're able to just toss him in, catch him off guard. They didn't even get anything with the showstopper.
The C's towards the Hell player on top of the paint shells. It's just guaranteed combo. 2 on the flank right now, but there is that flank watch towards Sewers. Madman will get sliced up. Like Cypher are going to sneak their way forward, and now the Rolling Thunder as well. Infinity Prime has one with the operator. Resort gets caught by the crossfire. Cypher out for more. We'll come up with the blades. We'll do distraction for Visor's Tour de Force to pick up the frag. So it's the retake successfully coming through. It's a 6-2. A good take, but a better retake.
It's pretty much been them just rewinding time on anything that John Jay's been trying to come up with. They're like, hey, this is Blockbuster. You're supposed to rewind this. And they're slapping them when they don't. They come right back in. They just take control of the site. And now they've got plenty of cash to line their pockets. This is a bit wonky for the attack of John Jay, but they'll still be able to buy up into rifles, and it may just be weird on the other end. You do have that from the shadows. Maybe you just kind of flip the script if they want to play around that. I doubt they will. In fact, you actually have one on each side. I've seen Omens. They share all of one brain cell across the entire Valorant community, and they may end up in the same spot if they use them at the same time. But this seems to be a B, and they want to be able to come up straight into mid.
Yeah, your DM's getting spammed later.
I know. It's fine.
Jay, send me a screenshot of how many you get, bro.
I got
Fault line on its way. Push soon after. Caught by the paranoia. Bangus does step forward into the site and straight into Dangerous. Panda's picked that one up, and no one else has found their way back in just yet, and that trend continues. As Ice Rare's down a window, he's picked up 2 and 3 on the flank. One from the breach as well. 7-2 for NYIT. It's a little bit of a stumble for them initially, but right back up the wall. Climbing yet again, and up 5 rounds in the scoreline.
Looking a lot more prepared. And this is, again, in difference to our previous couple of maps, this is a difference of starting point, as we had John Jay on the defense twice. First time around, looked pretty good. Second time around, it's really kind of was back and forth the whole time until it just ultimately flipped. They played from behind. This one, they're definitely in an equal but opposite rendition. Roman's going to try and find something off of Bulldog, but he doesn't have a direct duel with Excicerare, who has been so key on those lurks, on those flanks. That has been so tough for them to have to deal with from the side of the Bloodhounds. John Jay really hasn't had an answer. They don't have, I mean, they've had the trademark a few different places, but it's been just cerebral for Excicerare to kind of really deal with. And they're actually by themselves, as this is a B2C lean. What a great read. And that's Bangus that will be stopped out. Prowler will identify Sign, but that's a tough opponent to be able to just get around.
Folly's going to stall for time. We'll give them some space. Question marks now for where this team wants to go. Dark Cover's going to come up. NYIT, you're doing a good job of stalling with utility. They've done such a good job of that throughout this entire series. Gone showcased into this round. As John Jay, no options just yet. They start the chamber lurk up towards A, and Xaris is able to pick up Excicerare. Calls the pivot for the defense. Roman going to catch Infinity Prime as he tries to rotate around through the B site. Fault line now secured for John Jay. They're taking spacing up towards B.
It's all about precision right now. They're looking to have a nice, precise plant. Get on, get out. Sign again, though, is still alive. He's got a 3K. Pando will finally find him, but no, he won't. Sign is able to get 4. It is, I mean, just look at his teammate nodding at him. He said, yeah, you're the guy. You're the man. 8-2 through the first 10. 80%. I'd say even more than 80% of the kills might belong to him. I don't know. I get to see the stats in a second. But it just feels like if he is alive, that there's still hope on the horizon, and a retake is all but inevitable for the side of NYIT. 16-3. Yeah.
It's just too easy, bro. Started the game 7-0 in 2 rounds. And it was actual rocket ship from there.
Straight to the stratosphere. Forever. Been living there. Us mortals have to imagine what it's like to be signed straight up in the sky. And again, where this fault line may fall, Excicerare is going to press up. And this has all been a matter of timing. They're going to try and find one. They quickly dash. They're able to get only that one nice trade out. Roman finds them. This will open up A, but guess who? Big Daddy Sign is going to be waiting at connector. You get the dark coverage coming down to at least slow down secondary entry. Oh, and he just whips around! It doesn't even matter. It's aimbot. Wow. Chaos.
Sin all the way out towards CT. He's going to creep up that help player before he's ready for it. So Roman's going to get caught. Knife falls out for info, but still a lot of work to be done for the fade and just can't make it happen. Xar's going to have a trade back as Sin's going to grab a 3K. Has all this room in towards site. This team going to group up here for NYT. They want to retake together. First 1v1's given away. Prowler going to stall for some time. Xars finds it through the near site, but Infinity Prime will have the trade. That's why the buddy system is so valuable. 9-2 for NYT. There's a curse of brewing if John Jay can find it.
Last round.
Might be able to. It nearly came to fruition, came into manifestation on Icebox. Started getting a lot more momentum for the Cybears, but hey, grab your thunder, buddy. When things get loud, make sure you just hug it out and hang out for the night. 'Cause right now, we've got a few of these ults ready to go. You will have the Tour de Force available for Axorus. He does have his primary in that Phantom. Madman's going to be able to use something to flip the script, create some chaos. A Rolling Thunder is available as well. The attack of the Bulldogs has to go, whoa, whoa, whoa. They have to be able to bark their way, sniff their way out. Few of these early duels, but even when they got rid of Excicerare, it didn't really matter. Quick flex, Sign was on target, but now they're playing for this default. See what kills they can get.
Spray down from Bangus is gonna find Excicerare, so that's the first look. The Jet finally not getting that first look over towards A lobby. Visor on the off angle. It's been a long time since John Jay's been here over towards C. Are they ready for it? They are. The jump in for Roman. He's picked up one Infinity Prime, a trade back from Garage. And straight into Dangerous. Bangus going to step in. A chaotic round. Contact coming all on weird tempos, and no one looks quite ready for what this one has had to offer. It's the remixed edition going into the C push. Sin's picked up one after the near side. Another as well on the site. Picked up one through the box. Dash away from Panda. 1v2 now after the step, and the look will be there. The TP, that's the Omen play. Hits him with the juke. First pick up towards logs. Shrouded step to the back of the site, and then an easy swing on a player who doesn't quite know where he's gone. Xaris gets caught lacking and will be caught out. So 8 rounds the differentiator. NYIT, one pistol almost guarantees them the game.
Greater than a 4.0 KD for Sign right now. Just
Yeah.
absurd. Absurd. And of course, even when they drop, they get 2. And then they allow the rest of their squad to just clean up after them. That was a heads-up play for Panda. Just so smart and so tricky. I love being an Owen on this map. It's basically a playground for him. But even more so, to just kind of juke step him, bring it right around, hit him with the NT tag at the very end as well. That's attitude. 10-2 we sit right now. No curses to be had, but maybe something different will occur. Axris will actually have their headhunter down in main lane, and they do get rid of Excicerare. So they will slow this one down, but they're directly facing off against Sign. They TP away. You don't have to deal with them directly. Visor has to spend 2 very expensive bullets here in this opening round. Oh my goodness, that paranoia hit everyone, and everyone's trying to be able to survive it. Visor will step in to exact some damage, and all of a sudden this becomes a 3 or 2v1. Another paranoia. Panda is being pressed back, and they're pressed down. So hey, you know what? Opening pistol at least goes over to John Jay.
Yeah, John Jay kicking it off right for sure. A pistol round they definitely needed, and one they have walked away with. They can keep that momentum brewing. Gonna need more than just this next round. Honestly surprised that we don't get like a light armor Vandal or Phantom buy going into this one, at least for maybe Bangus, because he stepped through and got so many frags that he's got extra money. Because I mean, you buy the rifle into this round, it means you have it for your bonus round. You almost need to win the bonus round in this situation.
I kind of like the light Guardian play, but we're not going to get that. We're going to get a fault line. We're going to get a splash attack. We're going to get everyone immediately planting. They get rid of the trademark, but then they find Sign. That's massive. That's huge. Oh, and directly behind them, Visor's going to be hanging out inside of mid, and it is a party. You do get just immediate kills. They said, all right, we're going to make this one quick. We're going to go for the fast plant. We want the ult orb. We're going to get this done. I think that took 20 seconds, maybe?
Yeah, if even that, man. That was a rundown if I've ever seen one. It's about what you expect, though. Coming through, it's an eco team. They go B. It's the easiest site to rotate to. They don't really have much into that round. So yeah, looking for the plant, looking for the extra money, and well, they will get that. Put them into rifles this round, and now looking to deny a bonus from John Jay. They can push themselves to 11 here, 1 away from that match point threshold. See where they want to go with it though. A lot of conversation going in the comms round. They haven't made a decision on it just yet. Everybody kind of floating around towards spawn. The decision just now getting reached. They want to work towards grass.
Can't see it right now, but I was messing with my cookies, trying to turn like a Nutter Butter like sign, like a little model of him, because it's like in the shape of his arms. It's just gonna get eaten. He's becoming a much tastier snack than Visor. This one just been dominant, but otherwise we do lean ourselves to garage, maybe popping off from behind the Prowler, but they're going to let it do all the work. Bangus isn't found. In fact, you have this crossfire set up if they want to bring over Madman, but it starts to become a lean into C as Sign is carrying the responsibility of that bomb. The Haunt doesn't find much either. Bangus is really getting away with murder here on this position on box. I think they might know that they're there. Everyone starts to really position themselves over towards C. So much utility to slow down this rotation or any kind of this direct contact from garage. They're going to try and play for distance, and they're going to get over into it for the plant. Madman does step out of garage, and they will be immediately met by Sign, who gets 2. In fact, they take down both members that were in garage, and they're planting for way backside C.
Yeah, they've got lots of control as well. Visor picked up his R's, trying to make a cheeky play out into garage. Morty picked up as well. Ascendant Visor will grab every pick into this round. It's a flawless one for NYIT. It's an 11-4 score line. That was the John Jay bonus. They didn't manage to bring any rifles down, but they do pick up rifles for themselves going into the first gun round of this half. A gun round they need to win. Let's review the facts, everybody. Get your notepads out. Now, listen, I only got season mass, so I was never super good at it, right? But this is what I can tell you. John Jay loses when they're poor. And poor plus rebuy equals not happening. That's the equation. Everybody do your homework. John Jay loses one. They're screwed.
I mean, I've heard that Light by Bulldog is the best composition of any kind of arsenal, though. So
yeah, that's from a kindergarten teacher. Don't worry.
Okay, well, they gave me hope and dreams, and they apparently gave me these cookies as well, so maybe everything will work out for them. Everyone hanging out in Prime does find Axris. like you're saying, a little bit of poverty is not going to go a long way if John Jay cannot be able to win the day. Berserk does find Rare. That's a rare take. Berserk hasn't really been a major factor going into map number 3 for tonight's best of 3 for the ECAC. I like this positioning that we have immediately. Sign is hanging out and holding down this direct angle. They could be able to use Aftershock or direct blind and just ruin. And they'll be able to find Roman. Roman actually gets them. Can't quite entry. Able to get two massive superpowers, Prime and Sign. Goodbye. And now this is going to force the rotates away. Panda does trade out Bangus. But now this is just a survival mode. But hey, you know what? When you're up 11-4, you can kind of play these weird rounds.
Sure. That might have been the world's least rewarding fake. Panda's going to step into trouble. So off angle for Berserk to finish the round. Good awareness coming through there. The dark cover's coming through grass. This player's obviously stepping through here. So we'll sidestep the angle. We'll have the FOV advantage as they come out of main and pick that one up way earlier before the player can really even spot them. But man, Panda, or Sin and Infinity walk up a sewer without spike. So the play they're looking towards is we grab a pick here, we cause some noise, we throw some util. Everybody rotates for John Jay's side, and our boys walk in, grab a free plant C. But they just both died instead. So not only did they not fake anything, they also got no kills. And then we're out the round. It's a toughie.
Yeah, I had a mistaken breach for breach whenever I was making that call because I was enjoying Roman holding down that angle, and they were able to ruin everyone's day that came through. So really, shout out to Roman for being able to just keep this one alive. 11-5. And everyone's starting to rotate on back. And again, you're just kind of leaving value. I think Sign at this point, 18 HP off of a little bit of that chip damage. They may use themselves as some early intel. They have some good value still remaining in them off that Rolling Thunder if they really want to dominate site. And you have all of one from backside. I think that's Madman on C. So just holding this tight corner. They don't hear anything, and it's been a minute. And you do now get the dark cover going down as this good audible intel for Bangus. Madman's going to hang on to this site. Make sure that he does not get blinded. Paranoia comes out. Oh, the teleport is available. They do have that Paranoia short-sightedness. They are able to get 2 spray down through the corner. Good 3. And the 4th falls. Berserk is able to get their doppelganger right out of the way. And it's Rare and a Dream in this 1v5. They're going to have to come up with a big ace. And that's not happening. It's on the other side. It's flawless. You said for them to not be poor. Where they're trying to get rich. And they're doing it through the last 2 rounds.
Yes, sir. Those last 2 rounds going to be big to build up eco and break it for the other side. So they've got a couple extra rounds. They should be able to convert here going forward. Also got some else to work with for both sides of this one. So NYIT, hopefully they can maybe grab a couple eco frags. They've got a chance to use ults to turn this round on its head. But at the very least, just do a little bit of damage. Get yourself a quick plant. Last eco we saw them take it straight to the V site. Quick plant. Round got wrapped up, and you said what was about 20 seconds. Wouldn't be a terrible play yet again. They did buy some sheriffs though into this one, so they want to cause a little bit of a splash. And Rare are gonna be the first to dip into the pool. Madman back aside. He's switched angles this time off a platform now to the back of the green box. He's picked up 1. Rare gonna fall. Second, a third. Looking for the spray down for a 4th, and it will be the showstopper coming out too fast. So the ace won't come through, but it is value. Visor has rendezvoused away, looking for action from deep sea. Long has found one. Madman will fall. It's a clean headhunter shot, but it is the 1v3, and this dude's only got 2 bullets. This thing's ever so hard. Both bullets will go awry, and Berserk will pick up the last frag.
I was going to hope they would just line them up. Magical moment. The sun aligns with the stars, but nope, that's not to occur. The planets will actually be all askew, and this will be the last 2. 25 and 10. Sign hasn't been able to really do much. They have Rolling Thunder on either side of this attack and defense effort between NYIT Cybears and John Jay Bloodhounds. You do have from the shadows, maybe to creep around, get a little bit of extra intel, but you do have the Tour de Force as well with Visor, so that seemed to be kind of a hair trigger pull to use that Tour de Force a little bit early. Obvious, or not rather that Tour de Force, but the Showstopper. I wasn't expecting that one. I thought they were going to be able to save that for longer, but here we go. Tour de Force is expended. They're all going all in to try and get round 12.
NYIT playing this one just a little bit slower. looking to get contact from John Jay, but John Jay hasn't really been a team to push up too far. They haven't really giving looks away. So NYIT, they're going to have to do the actual work of throwing util to overtake a position. It's the question of what position that's going to be. Meantime, they've pushed their chamber all the way, scaled down A long. It's still going to be 2 players on that site, though, so that's not going to be an easy task for them by any means.
This is the tension. You have the direct line angle. Visor's going to have to flick left. As soon as he exposes a shoulder, might get found, but because they're able to go from the backside, that's actually going to be the Rolling Thunder getting expended. Roman trying to be able to use the fault line before he's found out. That gives him just a little bit of time, and you actually will stop Sign. They expend it trying to get them onto site A, and it all goes awry. Everyone answers just well, and that fault line, because of that stun, kept them alive. They get behind box, and of course, the aftershock was able to stall them for even further. Great defensive positioning, but now everyone's already flexed away. They faked running it out. They have 10 seconds to be able to get to it. Roman's hanging onto this tight corner right outside of boxes. The paranoia opens it up for free, and they'll have just enough time to plant, and now this becomes a retake situation for John Jay.
I think it goes down. It's a 4-second plant. He started at 3.7.
Oh my gosh, you didn't get it?
That's crazy, because the kill was already through. The kill was through at like 5 or 6 seconds. He definitely had time to put that thing on the ground. That is a tough oversight for sure.
Oh, what? That's when you hold down the button and walk forward. Just get in there. Oh my gosh. Okay. I thought he had it.
Yeah, that sucks.
Okay, so 11-8. Right now, you do still buy in, but this is the rich getting richer right now for John Jay. Now that they're still behind by 3 rounds. But they definitely are looking way crazier in the bank than the side of NYIT.
Yeah, absolutely. Luckily, Rifle still picked up for this team, so the Cyber has a chance to keep themselves in good faith, I should say. Trademark spotted, and this team will back away. It's a paint shell out pretty early from the Rays as well, so they've got a little bit of defensive utility now out of this one. NYIT going to take a step over towards A lobby, looking to scale harder this time. I mean, they did just get themselves into the A site. The question mark was getting the spike down after. This time they got a full minute to play with, so should be able to get the plant down afterwards. It'll be the chamber close into this one. Secondary rendezvous totem not set up, or I'm too grainy and it's set up over towards B. It's one or the other. It's set up over towards B. Josiah's going to grab one and we'll get out. So numbers advantage going to be there for the retake. A little bit of extra utility for NYT, but these ults don't do a ton in terms of actually stalling out for our post plant. So they've given site away pretty much. They don't really have an offer to work with here in this one. I mean, they don't really have another choice. They have to get the site away because all this retake utility, look, it's on its way.
Ball line will come through and actually is going to stall out Bangus. They are blind. They're stunned. Blind deaf, not dumb though. They're going to press around from the other side of the box. In fact, the attack though will be able to find them. Looking. Oh, running out of bullets. Berserk. That will allow NYIT, the Cybears, go to match point now. The entire series point for tonight here at the ECAC. They started way behind. They've been able to come out ahead. This is sweat time now for John Jay. The good news is, for right now, they can still buy through what, the next 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have to play at 1 championship point at a time, if you want to consider that kind of situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Series point, champions point, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. It is definitely close margins for this team going the rest of the way through. And I love that post plant for NYIT. I think so rarely we see teams recognize the fact that we haven't expended util from a team yet. We need to get the heck off of site. So they're going to have all the util for the retake, and we just cannot deal with it. So they recognize that, they get off of contact, and then they come back once the util has been expended, giving themselves a much better chance to win the gunfights, and that they are able to do.
You see kind of this lean. You see it dragged all the way across the minimap. Everyone's kind of saying, all right, A looks to be kind of favorable. The Sign is going to be dragging this bomb right along behind them in the hands of Visor. They're going to be finding Madman straight in front of them. They're very quiet, but oh, Sign is dropped. Madman gets massive value. Will be immediately traded. A little bit of a counter pose. They're going to get that plant down. And the TP away. And all the attack starts to scream in. Bangus. They know that they're just nearby, but they don't get rid of Panda. Now the Nightfall comes out, trying to side out as many as they can. Prowlers may start to get expended as they get ready for this long retake. But look at this from a backside, or rather all the way into spawn. Xycerer gets rid of the flank out of Axorus. And now it's a fault line. Roman's going to be able to take it away from long. They know exactly how they're playing it. The paranoia just goes straight into the sky. They have to jump away. That is great takes, and that'll be a win as Xycerer goes absolutely next level, and that'll be the Cybers of New York Tech able to take it 13-8.
John Jay looking pretty solid, getting back into it slowly, but man, it's a crazy deficit to try to overcome, right? Coming out of half 10-2. If you're not rolling every single round, well, you're getting rolled. So weren't able to get it done in the end. Two close maps for the first two with 13-8 at 13-9. At the end of the day, it's the Cybers coming out on top. It's NYIT, baby. They got themselves a 1-0 here in terms of week one scorelines. And for a league like ECAC up in Division A, there's so many teams, so many talented rosters. Every week, it's important that you are able to come up with a dub. And these guys, well, they are.
Yeah, you could speak so much to how they kind of really came back from the depths of not fun outside of map number one. It was definitely a way different venture. They got the IGLs. They took those breaks very seriously. They had all of one time out, actually. If you really kind of look across the three different maps we played into this best of three, I thought we would see more. I mean, maybe that's something that could be put into the game plan, especially for the likes of John Jay whenever they go into their later best of threes. But I mean, this was just a recoup and recovery and not letting it get to you. Resilience being key. And of course, Sign just, I think, did he end that game with a 30 bomb? Just nearly, if he didn't. Just so good. But either way, we're going to be taking a break. We're going to be having an interview from someone of the Cybers in order to figure out who. You better stick around because we'll be back right after this.
Wireless.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything.
Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment. At any scale. It's not for everyone. But if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Welcome back, everyone, to the ECAC Esports Week 1. We've had Division 1 play, of course, for some Valorant. I'm Hail Monkey Man in the booth alongside Catinator, but not to be forgotten is one of your winners over there with the NYIT Cybears. We've got Infinity Prime X Prime. Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on your awesome win. And, straight out the gate, how do you feel? Tell me about that. That was one wild series from beginning to end. What were all the changes you guys applied?
I mean, honestly, first of all, I would say this is probably the most intense game I ever played for a first start off. I think, honestly, we had a lot of ups and downs in between every single rounds. But honestly, I'm happy we pulled through, and I think this is probably the greatest match we played so far. Even though it's the first one.
Yeah, match one, the greatest one, starting out on top, baby. That's what we like to hear. You mentioned the fact it is match number 1. It's week 1 of the season. We're just getting back into things, right? Talk to me about how you guys prepped for the season. Talk to me about how you're feeling about your roster.
So, start off, maybe over the summer, we started off getting everyone in as quick as possible. We picked out our 5 that we're going to put on. We're like, okay, yeah, we're going to put you guys on. So we just kept getting scrims in every single week, twice a week. Honestly, I would say these scrims definitely helped us learn, each of our flaws that we had. And then we just keep building and building on that team foundation. And that's where we are right now. You see the result of that coming through in a real game. I'm happy.
It really did showcase in a big way. I need to know, though, because, in map number 2, Ascent kind of seemed to be that turning, that changing point. Everything was so close. Visor had themselves a heroic time, but I don't know if it's Sin or Sign. Either way, we were calling them out. They were leading the charge on Haven. Was there just some kind of calling behind that Goliath of a breach that they were bringing to the table?
Overall, Sin has been doing great in terms of IGL. He's bringing the team together, holding making sure are not doing anything that we're not supposed to do, and making sure we're all keeping comms clear and open. Visor, for sure, he cleaned up the floor and definitely changed the outcome of that match and gave us big momentum boost. And I'm really happy that happened. So.
You know what? That's all you can really hope for. Hey, any big shout outs? It's week number 1, ECA, so you got to see you guys pop off and you brought it back through a best of 3. Anyone you want to be able to send some love to out there?
All right, shout out to, and obviously, the varsity team for NYIT. Happy that you guys, brought this result together as a team, And, shout out to Pfizer for giving us that momentum that we needed. Shout out to Zycer for keeping it fun. Shout out to Sin for keeping us together.
Hey, you guys deserve it. 2-1 go the way of the Psy Bears over the Bloodhounds. NYIT will take that week 1 win. Congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your night, Prime.
Thank you. You guys enjoy yours as well.
Thank you. Catnator, that's a good squad over there. And you know what? They did their homework. They came out with the win, and they get to enjoy the rest of their evening.
Yeah, that they do. And man, I'm not surprised at all to hear that Sin's the IGL for the team, because a lot of that retake utility is coming off the back of him. And it makes sense that he's the one queuing it all off. That first fault line into that paranoia, it all comes together. Fantastic IGL work. We got to see it on both that attacking and the defensive side. And well, hopefully we'll see more of it next weekend and beyond to the rest of the season. If you guys want to see more ECAC action, you can see it right here. Starting tomorrow, it'll be Rocket League, same time, same place. It's 8 East. It's all the action happening right here. And of course, more Valorant next week, baby. Same place. Hopefully, we'll see you there. But for now, good night.
And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine. Now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
We all got a thing. A thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything.
Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment. At any scale. It's not for everyone. But if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.